Can you hear me now?
Hey everyone, let me unmute myself again and
You sure?
start the show over.
Can't hear you.
No, do it again,
I
Mike.
did it again. All right, we're going to start. No, we're not going to go over and do the intros again. What's up, everybody? Welcome. It is Thursday night. We are live here at the NLG Show. And tonight we've got a lot to talk about. Of course, everybody knows what happened yesterday with the PS5 showcase. That is happening. And we're going to go over all of the fun about that. But tonight we also have a special guest, someone who is, special in the heart of NLG. He is one of our own. He is an NLG alumni, one of the original NLG stream team that did awesome gameplay streams for us, and then came on and joined the podcast for a while. Was actually responsible for our first ever developer guest, and man, just unbelievable to have him on tonight and to get a chance to reminisce and talk to our great friend Drake, Westerndrake. We call him Drakey. We love him so much. Joe Hornung, how are you, brother? It is great to see you and have you on.
Hanging out, man. Good to thanks for having me on. Just been hanging out, man. Doing the day-to-day correctional officer work.
That's fantastic, man. So yeah, when you left last, you were a prison guard, right?
Yeah.
And so you're still doing it.
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
That's awesome.
Got a kid now too.
Wait a minute, you didn't say that earlier. You got a kid. Oh my God, we have a little Drake running around. Oh my God. Oh man.
Mini Drake.
The mini Drake. So, well, it's good to have you, brother. It's good to have you. How have you been? What's been going on in the gaming life of Brother Joe?
Oh man, just been playing my PlayStation 4. I ended up switching from Xbox to PlayStation, and I actually haven't regretted it. I love Xbox, but I'm just liking the exclusives. Like, I'm looking forward to God of War and stuff like that. I love them. But
you have a kindred spirit with you tonight, then, because you're right next to the other guy that went that same route. So that's awesome, man. And
Spicy Drake.
Spicy Drake. That's right. He can be Spicy Drake tonight. Oh my God. So
look at that.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
Man. So you're back in Florida?
Yeah, I'm back in Florida.
All right, East Coast man. So all right. Oh, it looks like we have a new person in the chat room too. Welcome, Cynthia. So, man, it's been some years. So, I know you've been playing PlayStation stuff. What have you been playing? What's some of the stuff that you've been rocking out to?
I've been enjoying the Tony Hawk. I've been playing a lot of PUBG and stuff like that. I've been waiting for some more exclusives to come out and stuff like that. But Avengers also. So
there you go. How you liking it?
It's good, but it kind of got repetitive quick.
Okay. I'm checking to see. By the way, just to see if Chris shows up. He's still yellow, so I don't know if he's making it. So tonight, you know what?
He's in a submarine. Yellow submarine.
Oh.
Holy
hello.
Whoa.
Got a super chat from
Well,
Viper Strike.
Yes,
Oh,
Viper Strike.
Where's Fastbud, though? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where he is. I thought you were working tonight, Frankie. That's why Joe's in your spot. I can move Joe over and put you in your place if you want to jump. If you want to jump in here. I didn't think he was online. I thought he was. Seriously, I thought he was working late.
He might be working. I heard he'd like to dance on the brass pole for extra money once in a while.
He's
Probably where that $5 came from.
They're not home yet.
Now he can't get home because this is gas money.
All right. Well, if Chris isn't showing up, Frankie, and you get home, you want to jump on, I'll put you in the middle. I'll put you in the middle square. So
thanks. Thank you so much, Frankie, for the.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Man, that's awesome.
Ended wisely.
So you know what? Until then, I think I'm gonna let's see. Let's do this. There he is.
Chris Morales.
Chris Morales.
All right, there we have it.
Fastback Morales.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girl's in the
look,
chat.
hey,
Now we finally have
Joe.
a party because Coop is in the house.
Coop's in the house. He said, "Who's that guy?"
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Techno is raised by 20.
John.
Super
John.
Cooper, always a smart aleck. I love it.
Yeah. So as you know, like I said, man, we've missed you. We've you were a big part of really the jump start of where where we are, man. Because remember, it was you and Peter and Jason, all doing streams, and we had the NLG stream team, and then you came on the show and brought us.
Three of us, right?
You remember the game?
Myself and
I know you gotta remember
Monson,
the game.
wasn't that our debut?
Oh, hold on. Give me a second. My headset cable came out.
Oh no.
Can't hear us.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Hey, we
you
got a
guess
few
you
minutes to
could-
talk about him before he gets back on.
I know.
I can hear you. I can actually hear you.
There,
All right, hold on. Let's see if it goes back in. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, Joe, are you frozen? Oh no, there you are. So, do you remember the game?
The Dungeon Punks?
There it is. Yeah, that was the game. That was the first time we had a developer on the show. You got them to come on and talk to us. That was
I remember that.
That was really, really cool. So, you were a big part of our jump starting into where we are now. So, I get a chance right now to also say thank you for all the work that you ever put in, and you're always welcome here, always. So you're always gonna be part of. You're always part of NLG, man. You always will be.
Sounds good to me.
So, all right. So let's say welcome to everybody in the chat room. The chat room is already hopping as usual, and as always, it's all of our friends, which is exactly the way I like it. Rich was in first, Bacon Ice Cream Productions. Who, by the way, has got some great videos going on. Check his channel out. Brother Lance Jennings, let's see who else is here. Tim Pong, always loving Pong is here. Monkey Punch is in the house. Coop's in the house. Again, we have Cynthia Brigham, brand new in the chat room. We hope you hang out and enjoy. Of course, brother Frankie, who, like I said, if you're welcome to jump in. Jay, Graphic God, of course, and our brother Super Cooper. So, who and Back from the Dead jumped in. So, welcome everybody. To my left, of course, he is in the game.
He is in the game.
He is in the game.
On a podcast, he's everywhere.
He's everywhere you want to be.
Yeah.
What's up, Invader? There we go. Gamers United Guild in the house.
There you go.
Peter Heutink, HTK. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on? Yeah, doing good. Doing good. Yesterday was a good day. That's why I got all confused that I thought it was like, Friday already or Saturday, because, at one point we were all like in a party chat chatting about what happened that day.
I know.
That's cool.
I know.
Spent way too much money yesterday, but hey, you only live once. Right?
Yeah, but you could be married multiple times.
Give me,
So,
I can attest to that.
yeah.
Brother Pete's in the house. What's up, Pete? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, open every box.
I know.
Soon we have boxes to unpack.
Yes, Pete, who took our console warring from last week and dragged it over and brought it to PM and the PM.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That is funny. And you and I have a game to talk about tonight in lieu of a.
We did, yeah. We've been playing that game. That's
yes, in lieu of a retro segment, which I'll explain in a minute.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of retro, but it's new.
Yeah, kinda. So.
Kind of. So,
all right, well.
So I've been playing that game for quite a bit. So, but we'll talk about it once we'll start highlighting it and showing some stuff.
Yes. Well, Miles just is there with this goofy grin on his face, so we'll skip him, and we are going to go to. I love that shirt he's wearing too. I got mine tonight. In honor of got mine tonight.
Very
But
nice.
over in the almost the far left square, he is our brother. He is the console hugger. He wants his games. He wants to touch them. Don't even talk to him about streaming. He is the Zen, the spicy Zen.
That's right.
That's it, the spicy Zen.
Spicy
John
Zen.
Place. Hey, brother John, how are you?
Hey, Mike. Hey, guys. And this is awesome because I get to meet Joe tonight for the first time. But yeah, I had a great week so far. It's been a long week. Can't wait for the weekend. As everybody knows, the PS5 pre-orders went up, so I can't wait to talk about that. But
I'm not
Surprise.
sure if everybody knows.
You know what's funny? Well, I can't talk about. We can't talk about it yet, can we? I don't know what to say, or I should just wait till that segment.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there because there's all kinds of there's all kinds of.
But
But you got it in. Hey, you got it in.
I got it in. I've been playing a lot of Avengers. Man, I love the game. I've got my characters leveled up pretty good, evenly. Most of my characters, they're all around the kind of level 50 power level now. I haven't been playing as much as I'd like to because I've been working a lot, but each one of them I leveled up kind of evenly. So now I'm doing a lot of in-game content. I'm doing a lot of vault runs on the online stuff. And I was hoping to meet up with Frankie sometime this week, but he's been working late every night, so that's kind of been on hold.
Yeah, but you guys will get there.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
man, it's a fun game, man. It's for some reason I can't put it down. I know it's got one of those game loops that's kind of repetitive, kind of like Destiny and everything else. But man, it's so fun to play. It's really good.
It's all right. If you enjoy it, that's what matters.
Oh yeah.
That's the part that, nobody gets to tell you what you like.
There's something about superheroes, man. I love those games.
Yes.
It's just kind of cool, and I'm excited to see what new heroes and villains that end up in this game over the long run. It'll be kind of fun to watch.
Well, it makes you wonder what Well, the Justice, not the Justice League, but the Suicide Squad game coming and stuff like that. There seems to be a renaissance of these superhero movies. It started with Spider-Man. I'm always hoping for, Batman, of course. I'm always hoping for, the rebirth of a workable Superman game, because that was always my guy right there. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it'll ever, because the haunting of Superman 64 will always be there.
Well, see, I've got a perfect thing for a Superman game too. You remember in the Superman movie, I think it was Superman 2, the scene where he's in the bar and he's like, it may be 2 or 3, I can't remember.
Oh,
but Christopher Reeves is like, he's like turning evil, and he's like drinking. He's in the bar and he's like
3.
flipping peanuts at the bottles.
Yep.
And that could be like a mini game inside the Superman game.
Yes.
Evil Superman. Everybody loves the evil side,
It was one of my second favorite fights in the Superman series too.
Right.
Was him and Clark Kent duking it out in that junkyard.
Right.
So, welcome, Project Reindeer Games. Looks like, and forgive me if you've jumped in before, but if you are new to our show, welcome. We hope you have a great time with our motley crew of great gamers in the chat room. So, all right, so here's what we're going to do. Really, we've got 2 segments to really talk about before we get to the main thing. So this show will probably be a little shorter than usual because I don't have a retro segment. Oh, there's Dazzy. So I don't have a retro segment because, this week, tomorrow night starts for those of us Hebrews, starts the high holidays, and as the synagogue's musician and choir director, I have been working on, and we're doing it digitally. So I don't know if any of you folks that do, that are attending church services and things like that are doing it over Zoom. But what we're doing that with our synagogue, and I've been working on music. And Peter knows this because I've been playing it this year all week.
Yeah,
I've been working on recording.
I can sing along by now.
Yes, I'm gonna teach you. Getting music together for our services and stuff. It's funny. Right next to me, because I'm gonna pull this over tomorrow and put it in front of the machine here and use this. My keyboard, my piano, is right here. So
nice.
I've had it hooked up recording music, and tomorrow I'll even bring it over and live play for some of the stuff. And then, if you guys have ever seen those videos of, bands that have gotten bored and they all, play a song and they're all on the screen at one time, and it's a miracle because they could do it all from their homes and somebody put it all together. We did that too. So I've been working on all that, and unfortunately that has taken time away from my ability to fire up my retro console. So next week, definitely be back with a brand new segment. But for this week, no retro segment. However, Peter and I got a game to talk about. John's got a game to talk about, and then we are going to get right into the PS5 because I know there is diversity of thought on that, and so let's see. Before we do that, of course, John, Spicy John, and this one. Let's see how it goes. What's the product of the week?
The product of the week, Michael, is it's better than Tidy Whities. It's Underoos for all your superhero wishes and dreams.
Oh, hold on. Let me. I didn't hear it.
Don't let me down now, Michael.
No, I'm not. See, this is the gods saying, maybe you don't want to play this video, Mike. Hold on.
No, there's nothing. There we go.
Yeah, but you can't hear it.
There's something just for you and pretty from Underoos. Underwear.
I don't know.
E.T.'s
No, you can't play it without the volume.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
What am I? Superman acts extended.
Well, this is cutting into my segment.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Great Batman.
All right, hold on. We're going to start it over. Just for you,
All right.
God.
Now there's something just for you and pretty neat from Underoos. Underwear.
E.T. is lots of fun. In my world, he's number one.
G.I. Joe marching ahead. One of my friends has just been fred. Superman has
Shut up,
extended
Supersonic
saw, but
Station.
that's not all.
No.
There's the Dukes of Hazzard. Great Batman.
There you go,
Hawk
Pete.
Man.
Now from Underoos Underwear,
Now wait for
everyone's favorite Pac-Man is here.
See? It's gaming
Pac-Man.
related.
Everyone has
Gaming
a pack.
related. There you go. Oh man, I have to admit I had the Superman ones myself.
I loved my underoos. In fact, I did the early 80s, late 70s thing where I put my underoos on the outside of my jogging pants even to, my Superman ones to make it look like I actually had the tights, and the briefs. Oh yeah. And I ran around in a little velour cape. My mom had little things of material and I put a cape on them. Pretend to fly around the house.
Life was so much simpler then,
Oh yeah.
It was just so much simpler then. Supersonic wants a Burple commercial. We'll have to look that one up and see if we can find one.
Oh shoot, the good old days, man. The good old days.
What a burple is. Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Let's see. So this shouldn't take too long. So Peter and I got a chance to get some racing in on a game that is actually, you know what? We'll cover Chris's segment too because this is in Game Pass. So a game called Hot Shot Racing.
Hot Shot Racing.
Which is really, really fun. I got the video. Let me bring the video up. And Peter, I'm going to let you, because you've played it more than I have, so I'm going to let you go
Yes, I
through
have.
it. Yes, you have. He's all, damn right I have.
Oh, dang right. I'm the one who got all like a golden expert on all this.
You did. And you're the one who got me to play it finally.
Yes.
Where is
So
it?
Hot Shot Racing is a retro lookalike racer, buttery smooth 60 frames per second. Multiple events. You can do single races on like a total of like 4 times 4 of 16 tracks that you can also change it in reverse. There are also championships out where you race like 4 races. Let's see. There's a drifting is a important part in this game. When you drift, it fills up your nitrous, so you can fire up the nitrous and go extra fast. Use that to your advantage to pass on last minute to get first, passing the finish line. Now, a bunch of different characters. Each character has access to 4 different kinds of cars with different statistics. Some of them are better in drifting, other ones are better in speed or acceleration or any combination of those. And then there are also some funny modes. One of them that Mike and I played was cops and robbers. So you can set it up you start off on the track. Some of us are cops, others are robbers. The cops have to run the robbers off the road, and the robbers will have to drive as fast to get as much money as they can. They're like little money symbols on the track. And so that's one mode. The other mode is I don't think we played that, right, Stinger? That's what's it called? Oh, maybe we did it once. Bombs and
destruct. Hang on, the video is, I don't know.
Marinating.
Yeah, I thought the video was uploading from my other machine and it wasn't, so I apologize. It'll be up in a few minutes. What was it? It was called Destruction. It was like a
Bombs and Destruction.
Yeah.
I don't know. So basically, your cars will blow up if you get too much damage, and they're. Let's see what else. You can extend get your health back once you hit like the symbols on the road that are spread across the track. And
here, we'll do this for a
let's
moment.
do it. Mild fence.
Ooh, that is way loud.
Can you hear us now? Oh. So here's the tracking. Basically, you have different camera modes. You can look from, you know, from behind the car as well as in cockpit view, and different variations in between. The AI is pretty aggressive on the higher levels. They're not shy of bumping you out of the way. So what I said, it's like pretty challenging once you go on expert mode, but it's a ton of fun.
Looks good. It looks really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had muted myself because the video was really loud and coming through the microphone. You know, I didn't realize that this game had even come out. I mean, Sumo Digital had been, you know, very busy lately. And now the last thing I remember them doing was Crackdown 3, but I know that they worked on some other stuff. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, came this game.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really great about the game was, and the video is going to be up in just a moment. What I really enjoyed about it was, you just said it earlier, it's kind of retro-y. You know, the first thing that I thought about when I saw the game, especially in a track like this, was Sega's Virtual Racing, and how this looked like an upgrade to that. And kind of even, you know, you guys know that they brought a version of Virtual Racing out on the Switch, and it was really good and smooth and that kind of thing. So this really captures that in a way that hooked me really, really well. Here we go. All right, let me drop the video and I'll show you our video. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, some other people that have been playing it is UK Dazzers. He played it with like one hand, which is pretty impressive.
That is
So,
very impressive.
So he was streaming a lot, and also the Indie Gamer did an excellent review of this game too.
Guys, do they have any like? Are there any customization of the cars or what?
Yes.
Are there
Yes,
anything
there's some.
you unlock?
There's a cosmetic customization that you can do,
Nice.
exterior as well as interior, because you can do the cockpit view, and you get like you know, there's things that you hang on your mirror, for instance, or you change the steering wheel, or your cockpit. You can make it like all digital versus analog.
Nice.
But it doesn't affect your ability of the car. It's just pure cosmetic.
Gotcha.
All right, why is it?
Everything happening.
I'm having such technical difficulties today.
And if you could put carpet on the outside of your car and get one of those little hula girls to put on your dashboard. Oh,
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I feel it's one of those. This is one of those weeks where it's a good thing that we don't have a whole lot going on, because I'm bringing the whole damn podcast down again. This is what I do now, Joe. I ruin things. So I have
I'm just being entertained by what Whitty's saying.
yeah. Come on.
But it's like, so after each race, and if you win or whatever, and you get a podium place, you know, you have a little dialogue and with the different characters, and each character is like different, you know. First of all, their nationality, but also like, you know, some of them are, it's just a funny little story behind it.
right.
No. But the game modes are really fun too. I mean, we dove
Yeah.
right into we dove
Yeah,
right into
Yeah.
Cops and Robbers, and
Cops and robbers.
yeah, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Man, I tell you what, if they could make a little kart game, you remember that old cartoon? I think it was called Wacky Racers or something.
Yes.
And you had all the different characters, and they were paired up in teams, and they're racing. Different things are happening. Man, that'd be an awesome video game to have based on that.
Well,
Punk
hang
says
on
the
a second.
car performance stats are upgradable. I don't know, are they? I didn't see that was the case, but and put like different spoilers on there and other stuff. But I don't think it really did a whole lot.
It's funny you
I don't know.
mentioned
You can definitely win without doing all those customizations.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Graphic God says Wacky Racers. Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
Oh. Well, see, now I'll have to buy me a copy because I've got.
In the
I've
game
got
it says
a
just for
Yes.
Renegades. That's what I thought.
And everybody, while I'm waiting on my damn video, everybody is in this game. From
Yes.
Penelope Pit Stop to the Slag Brothers, and the Boulder Mobile, Rufus Rough Cut and Sawtooth and the Buzzwagon, Lazy Luke and Blubber Bear and the Arkansas Chug-a-Lug, Penelope Pit Stop and her compact pussycat. Remember the Anthill Mob and their bulletproof bomb?
Right. Oh, I remember her. Yeah.
Peter Perfect and his Turbo Terrific. The Gruesome Twosome and their Creepy Coop. Sergeant Blast and Private Meekly and his Army Surplus Special. Red Max and his Crimson Hay Baler. It's almost there. Professor Pat Pending and his Converticar. And then Dick Dastardly Muttley and the Mean Machine.
Oh, that man, Graphic God, that makes my evening because you know what? I'm going to buy that game and I'll play it on my Dreamcast.
And
now.
I will tell you that it is a absolutely solid game. It was made by Infogrames, which always put together good stuff. I highly
don't know how I
recommend it.
missed that back then. I must have. Well, how late into the Dreamcast life did that game come out?
Was what year was this? This was I think this was 2000. Well, you know what? I'll take a look at the. I have to take a look in the book. This
Man,
would
that's
have been
exciting.
before-
82.
Yeah, this would have been before NLG. So, all right, here we go. So here's the video. I'm sorry, everyone. This is what.
There it is. Cops and robbers.
Look,
He's
there's
sitting on the
Joe.
side of the road, and then it's like, oh,
It's
there they
Joe.
are. Oh. So we're viewing it from Mike's point of
Yep.
view.
And the idea
And,
is to knock these guys around enough that their car blows up, and then you turn them into cops.
And then you turn them into cops. So
Deputize them. No.
Nice.
Now this really, I mean, if you look, the game itself is really, it's colorful, but
the tracks are fun too, like different, you know.
No, it's stylized as well. It's got that. It really has that old school polygonal style look to it, and even inside the car, like you can see, there's a cockpit view, which I found to be very fun. But if you notice, it's all polygonal looking, and it's
Looks like Daytona.
a little bit,
Does look like
A little
like
bit.
Daytona.
a little bit.
I live close enough to that too.
Down in Florida. See, look, there's even a blimp up in the air.
But also, like, you find like cows and other stuff on the side of the road, or elephants, and they make noise and stuff. It's
and the cars are, you drift around the curves, and if you notice down in the little right hand corner, there's the green, and that's your boost. So every time that you drift around a corner, every time that you get behind and you slipstream a car, so you can you can get behind and get in their stream, and you get boost.
Top Cop. There you have it.
Yeah, there he is, Top Cop HDK. So, but the game is, and on the One X, it's in 4K.
Yeah.
But
also, like, you really feel the weight of the cars. Like, you have certain cars, and they like when they have like the average stats, they feel like very kind of heavy, especially once you get on those super fast ones.
Yeah.
They feel more sporty, more like one of those light exotic cars.
So
Reminds me
Peter,
of a
while you and Mike were playing, did you guys have a preference on which vehicle you liked, or what character? Or
I don't know. When you're the cop, you race the same cars, even though you pick a vehicle. So it's a cop car. But when I was going through my tournaments, I selected different characters for different cars for each tournament or championship. Sorry, they're called.
That looks like a techno version of Burnout.
yeah,
You know what?
Yeah.
That's
There's certain cars that look like a Ferrari F40, and one of them was like a Bugatti Veyron kind of look
It looks
like.
fun, dude. That looks really fun.
Yeah,
can
this game
see that.
this
It
game
is
a
fun.
lot of
It
fun.
really
It's
is.
a lot of fun.
it takes kind of the little cop chase from Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. But Need for Speed was still good. Remember?
Yup. The soundtrack is really good too. I turned it up a
Yes.
little bit for people to listen to that are watching the show, but
I think that's part of what makes the game.
Yeah. It's just a lot of fun.
And it's I think this week it might have been it might still be on sale if you're not a Game Pass subscriber. I think it's normally like $20, and I think right now it's $15. So it's definitely worth picking up. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. And of course, like I said, if you got Game Pass, then you're all good.
right.
So,
And they really
there's
done good with Game Pass since I ended up getting rid of my Xbox. They've should have kept it, man.
So, well, you'll get your chance. You get your chance if you get an X, if you get a Series X.
Yeah.
So, but this
Series
is
X.
this is just a fun game. We have and
Okay, yeah, any game on UK Dash say it's still on sale, so
there you
till
go.
the 24th. So if this is your jam, pick it up.
Yep. And we ended
Will
up.
not
I mean,
regret.
we ended up just going, man, one more race.
One more race.
All right, but now we
one
gotta
more,
go.
and then I
Gotta
look
go
at
to
the
bed.
clock and like,
One more race. The next thing you know, it's like 1:30 in the morning. One more race.
I remember you guys are late. You guys are late gamers.
We're kind of night owls, but even at that, we were just like, all right, gotta go to sleep. Well, let's do one more. Let's just do one more. So.
Oh, and one tip during Cops and Robbers, you can drive, turn around and then drive the track in reverse and hit him head on. It's actually an achievement for that too.
Yes, and we both got
I
that
found
Evo. All right, Chris said he just woke up from his nap. You were right. You were right.
That's right. We're about done with the show. Jeez.
I know. We ought to tell him. The show's over, man.
Show's over.
All right, I'll try to call him. And
He's
get him.
missing a very good Game Pass /
I know. We're
retro
doing
segment.
his job for him.
Dang.
So,
Yeah, we need to get a multiplayer session going with a bunch of us in the gamer.
yeah.
That's what me and Mike were saying too. It's like, oh, this is a good game for
This.
community night.
Yes, this would be a great Gamers United Guild game night game.
I need to get John and hop on Avengers with him.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Definitely.
I just added you, actually.
All right. Awesome.
Oh snap!
Oh, here it
Uh-oh.
is. Yeah.
One of the best buddies.
Yeah, he
Hey,
did.
Daredevil Dave Dahl, who Joe is a semi-pro wrestler, and he's been on our show, and really cool guy. He asked who was getting the Mario game. That's you. You're getting Sunshine.
This guy just got it tonight.
Nice. Did you play it yet?
No, it comes out
Okay.
tonight, but just
it
got
comes
it
out tonight.
pre-ordered. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's just
Yeah, isn't it that Nintendo had like limited stock in those? I mean,
Not only for disc, but or for
Oh, okay.
cartridge, but for everything else, like they're only gonna have it till March. So I picked it up. I was like, I'm not gonna pass this up.
Yeah, and then then I think what I heard is they're gonna split it, right, in separate
Daz.
parts and sell it for a lot more.
Hey, I think Daz just called us. Daz just called us out, Peter.
What did he say? Yeah, me and
He said-
Indy Baby against NLG. We have a deal. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So,
Oh, racing spring.
all right. I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't. You know what I meant? I meant indie wrestler. It's pro wrestling. It's indie. I did not. You know, I did. He knows what I meant. So, I'll wait. You know what, Daz? We'll wait until you have two good hands, because I don't want to hear any excuses when you whip your asses.
He's gonna blame your yellow walls. I got blinded.
That's
you.
right.
Blinded
Yeah.
you. Like,
I'll
yeah.
even use my TV with the white walls over there. You have no excuses whatsoever.
You'll have to turn off
Virtual
that
background.
aimbot
Virtual
for driving.
background, Mike. You should have set that up already. Take a picture and then recolor your walls.
Anyway, so yeah, even like here, this is I think this particular track goes into an aquarium, like an under like a mountain aquarium. I think it's coming up. And it's just really cool stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know, fast.
I think it's
fun,
going so fast, but actually like fish swimming and stuff and sharks and wheels over there. So it's done really well. I mean, the track and the surroundings, it seems alive.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're going
First
in
night
reverse.
back, and that's how I'm treated. That's right somewhere the way RetroSoft treats me. So, hey, if NLG had a wrestling game, you would be in it. That's just it. So yeah, this is me going backwards, trying to get that Chivo.
And now you're milking it.
So
I tipped you off.
You know, we never got. Weren't we supposed to get some wrestling shirts from Mike from Retros?
we were, and he
Well, that was
never,
a-
he never
I know.
delivered. He never delivered. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Right.
Just let it slide. I got promised games too that I never got. It's okay. It's all good. Not wrestling games.
All right. Yeah, look here. See, even in here, like the planes and stuff like this. This game is just so well done.
It's
So
extremely well
well
done.
So
And super smooth.
it really is. So yeah, if you get a chance, download this in Game Pass. Find us, where we are on Xbox Live, and come play. And we're gonna get the Gamers United Guild competition going. Little indie gamer and BG4G Daz, and Peter and I will just come in and take you out.
Yeah.
So Pong
Look
says
at that.
there's a lot more fog on the Switch version, which I wonder is so that they can get it to run smoothly. Here it is, Driver Explode. That's
Driver
it.
explode. Yeah.
So this
Don't
is the
slow
car
down
that-
or you explode. Oh yeah, and then after each round you go faster and faster and faster.
Yes, and you have to stay. If you notice in the upper right corner, this is like the movie Speed. You have to stay above the speed line, or you will explode.
Oh,
What'd be cool is if they would have added some stuff in here, like that game Split Second that came out back in 2010, where you can like destroy wrecking balls, and with wrecking balls you could destroy them with the little tower falling down at the airport and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
I love that kind of destructible stuff. That environment
Also in this,
stuff.
also in this game, there's some free DLC coming
Yes.
with some new game modes, and so we'll see. Let's see what they add.
Yeah, but you see, as we go through a checkpoint, now I got to go a little faster. So,
Speedy
if
Gonzalez with here.
and if you listen, now you guys can't hear because I'm not sharing the screen, but those listening to the podcast, the faster you go, the faster the music goes too.
Yeah.
So now, and I think that I'm pretty sure if I didn't win this one, I was very, very close. So
That thing looks like a clown car from the back.
it's almost like an Aston Martin kind of.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though, man. I like that. I like the destructible vehicles.
But that's the whole point. They all have you have a life bar that you have to, there you can see. Okay. Either knock
Dude's
them out
on
by
fire.
either knock them out by knocking them out, or they go under a certain speed. But people watching the show, you guys can hear the soundtrack going faster.
Yeah, you can change the race parameters, like how many laps and stuff. So.
Nice.
I don't think I won this round, but I think that I was in at least third. Yeah, I was in at least third place because everybody else had exploded.
Yeah, I think I exploded already.
Yes, you did. You exploded last lap. Yeah, I think I ran out of health. So
Yeah,
I was
boom.
third.
Wow.
So there you go. That is Hot Shot Racing.
And you unlocked new vehicle palette.
Chipmunk style. That's right. All right. Let's see. Did Chris send up? No, he's still not. He's green, but he's not answering. I'll try him one more time, and we'll just let it go. All right.
There we have it. Hot Shot Racing.
Hot Shot Racing. All right. So that's there. All right. Next up, we'll get through this. I got to pull it up on the YouTube channel for you. We have.
What do we have? Keep us in suspense.
I know. Why am I ever not? You know how hard it is to talk and run a podcast at the same time.
Hey,
So here's
you're
our-
a professional or not, Mike?
No, I'm not professional by any. See, I'm semi-pro. I'm not even semi-pro, Dave. I'm amateur. I am definitely. All right. So in our latest segment of Ready Player John, let me get over to your YouTube page, and I believe that you said you wanted to do No Way Out. So let me get that
Yes,
together.
sir. Dave Dahl said you're a damn greenhorn.
There you go. You know what? I feel like it tonight, man. I feel
what a
like
card.
it tonight.
Yeah.
I think he's more a yellow horn. With those walls.
Don't help. Please don't encourage Daz.
Or he's a battle bahorn.
Battle. Oh, God. All right. There you are. All right. Let's see. All right, Johnny. The floor is yours. Let me
It's been so long since I recorded this footage, Mike.
But you don't
This is
remember
going to be kind of a short segment, but
it? No, it's okay.
Still on PS3.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it's a well, I guess I'll go ahead and go with it.
Go for it.
This is a PlayStation VR game called No Way Out. It's published and developed by 3BD Games. I'm going to try to talk real slow because when you're playing these kind of horror VR games, you're kind of walk around searching, so there may not be a lot of action going on real fast.
Remember, I can skip around.
Right. Or you can interject with certain comments and extend my segment a little longer. In this game, you basically you're carrying a torch, and there's challenges that you have to solve puzzles, and you're actually trapped inside the Huxley Mansion. And in this mansion, there's parts of the mansion that like kind of teleport you. You're kind of suspended between Earth and Hell, and there's alternate realms that can be accessed within this mansion. And supposedly there was a massacre at this mansion 100 years ago, and there's an unclaimed treasure somewhere hidden in this mansion. So you're trapped in this mansion. Your idea is to go through all these challenges, avoiding the ghost and demons, and see if you can escape Huxley Mansion and also acquire the treasure. This game is really spooky, and I really enjoyed this one. You've got a little torch that you carry around. You can't see it right now, but your torch will gradually burn out, and you have to keep relighting it. If you let your torch go out the demons overwhelm you and kill you, you're dead, game over, you know, and you have to start over again, or you have to start from the checkpoint. But it was really, this game's really not, I mean, really awesome. It's kind of similar to the Inpatient. It's got some really scary moments. There's a lot of things that you touch and interact with, like right here, the book. And of course, you can't hear the volume now, but there's a pretty cool story behind all this. I wish I had a lot more to talk about the game, but that's kind of it in a nutshell. You're basically going through this mansion. You're just trying to escape. But it's real spooky. And like I said, when your torch burns out, you know you're in trouble. Yeah, so it's really cool. It was definitely worth the purchase. I don't think I paid very much for this game, but it was really entertaining. I enjoyed it. And this one had me kind of screaming at a couple points in the game. Right? Yeah.
You know, I remember a game like that, an indie game that was called White Knight, and you had light that you had to carry with you, and when the lights went out, when it burnt out, like matches and stuff,
Right.
They came, the evil came after you. Let's see.
Maybe
There's
if you... Yeah, you can see my torch, and I'm trying to relight it. There you go. Attaboy.
Joe, did you ever pick up a PSVR?
No, I didn't. I did not. I missed out on that. But if they come out with another one, which I'm hearing they are, for PS5, I'll get it.
I tell you what, man, these horror games, though, for some reason, man, I love... VR is great for horror games, man. You strap on that helmet and that headset, and you're like off in your own little world. You're immersed in it.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I'll take off when I'm done playing, man. I'm sweaty, you know, my headset's sweating, you know, and
he's looking around as he's going to his bedroom to make sure nobody's coming after him.
This looks crazy, like that Resident Evil game on VR.
I still need to play that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I have it.
I still have that one. VR. I still have that one level demo of Undead Until Dawn, the roller coaster game. I don't have the balls to buy the whole game because I don't know if I could finish it.
There is a section now that I remember in this game when I'm about ready to get to a point, I think, where the demons are coming up. But there's this blue light that you can light also, and you have to stay with. There's parts where your torch will go out, and there's nothing you can do about it for a short period of time. And there's this blue light that if you stay in the path of the blue light, you're safe from the demons.
Blue fire safety. There it is.
Right there we go. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cord's game. Oh, I missed Cord's games coming in. He said NES had a torchlight system in the 80s. You know what else did? I mean, you talk about the 80s. Haunted House for the Atari 2600 had that same thing where you had matches. You had to light the matches to make your way around the room.
Right.
I agree with Super Cooper, too. I hope they do come out with a wireless VR headset.
Yeah. Talk about wireless headsets. I pre-ordered the Oculus Quest 2.
Oh.
Nice.
So that was such a nice. I'm playing some Splinter Cell.
I tell you what, I never, when I got this VR, I didn't know what to expect a while back, and you know, it's just been a blast. There's been some real gems, some games that I've played, even some of the ones that are kind of short and stuff. It's just the overall experience, man. I'm so glad I have it. It's just pretty neat, you know.
Watching you play this is making me sad that I don't own one.
Still to this day, playing with Super Cooper and Aaron, Blues Tech and Jago, playing Star Trek Bridge Crew. Mm-hmm. Still one of my that's one of my most enjoyable. Oh, that's right. Rich, Big Ice Cream. Rich Haywood. Him and Pete, Open Air Box Pete, do an Evercast. So Evercade handheld. And they were showing. I thought you guys showed it too. Haunted House is on the Evercade. Yeah, Bridge Crew is such a blast. I enjoy that so much. So, all right. So No Way Out.
Yeah.
So
And
Did you
it's
ever get
sorry,
out?
sorry, it's so dark, man. It's like, but when you've got the headset on, and it's really spooky. This doesn't do it justice.
yeah, I
Did you get out? Or are you still stuck?
Oh, this I did get past the demon area at the blue light, and this was the first big like puzzle room where you have these little artifacts, and you got to turn these books in the library. And if you get the combination right, it opens up another door, and you're going to meet an interesting character and find out more about the game at this point.
I'll tell you, you made me jealous that I don't own a VR headset.
That's what I'm here for, Joe. I am the console hugger, buddy. Yeah, this is great though. This is
most definitely.
I need to get back to Iron Man. I haven't played. I've been so busy. That Avengers game, man's been like, I've been captivated by that. Anybody that's playing the game likes. I know my buddy Jago, he's playing it, and there's several other people but man, it's a good game.
Who you play as? I play as Captain America.
I play as just about everybody. I found out as you get the characters leveled up. At first, I didn't really like Iron Man, but now that I've got him leveled up, man, he's awesome. He packs a punch, and I'm real good with the flight controls now on the characters. So with Thor and Iron Man, I can fly around and get around real fast. I'm real good with the flight controls.
Awesome.
Sounds
All
good.
right. There you have it.
Yeah,
There's
but that
the-
No Way Out by 3D game or 3BD. Yeah, 3BD games.
3BD games. So. All right. Well, I'm queuing up the pictures and the videos, and all right, it's time to move on to our main topic of the night, and figure we'll oh, somebody would like to come in. I believe we have another special guest. Hold on, it says missed call. Oh, we have another special guest.
Special guest.
Yes. Hold, please. Hello, special guest.
You guys hear me?
Hey. It's Super Cooper. He's decided
Whoa.
to come in and join us.
What's up, genteel man?
What's
Hello.
happening? What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Man, Joe brought so much sexy, I had to kind of ugly it down a little bit.
Oh,
Uh,
what's up, man? I miss you, man.
Miss you too, man. Long time.
it has been. You got are you near your webcam?
It's not working?
No, we do not see you.
We do not
But
see
hang on, I'll
you.
put you in the middle square. As soon as you
Okay.
yeah, get it up. I'll get you in the middle
I don't know how to
square.
work this damn thing.
Computers and whatnot.
Does that work?
I see an SU. What are you trying to say? There, wait, no, went away.
He missed it.
Why is it?
He's 2 characters off, or 2 keys off.
Can't tell.
I gotta be.
And I got like this thing popped up like 4 screens at once. What the hell?
Hey,
I don't know. All right, well,
Did that work?
no, it did not.
I don't know. Something's wrong.
That's
It goes
weird.
white for a second, then it.
It almost it wants to put you in, but then it.
Do you have to remove the Chris Morales picture?
No,
No?
no.
now we don't even see him within the Skype in itself.
I did add you. Oh yeah, I added you in 2018 as a contact. So you're definitely.
Did you try turning your camera on and off and on?
Yeah, it goes white for a second, then it just turns right off.
Is it on your laptop?
No?
It's try maybe unplugging it from the USB, plugging it back in.
That work? It's white now.
Come on, baby. Nope.
You don't have to do anything on your end, Mike.
I don't think
Accept-
so. I mean, I could
accepting
try.
the,
I could try calling you back. Drop
Alright.
out. I'll call you right back.
All right.
All right.
Super Cooper has left.
Yep. Let's see. Let's get him back in here. Ah, man.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Nope. Still just SU.
Light.
We see
Yep,
you when
lights there,
when you
go on.
talk.
Yeah.
Your icon lights up when you talk, but I don't see you.
Drake's just bad luck.
Yeah.
Oh. And he tried to call again. All
This
right.
reminds me of that Avatar movie. I see.
Right. All right. So while he's doing that, let's move forward because now it's like it's like the worst nightmare of a radio show. Is all the when the dead air comes on.
Dead air.
So, all right. So I think everybody knows what happened yesterday. The PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 finally. Sony finally came out and told us what we needed to know, how much the damn thing costs, and where we can get it. And so we are looking at what we all kind of thought. I don't think this was any surprise. I know John was not surprised at all.
Oh, I predicted the prices.
So here we go. The PS5, the full, with the little baby bump on the side, is $499, and the digital version is $399. So welcome, La La Man. We have La La Man in the chat. What's going on?
Hello, Lala.
So that is this is the this is it. So so off the bat, you guys I know I know you most I think the 499 was this what everybody was expecting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
was
guess
too.
so.
I was too. I think this is what
I knew it would be $100 difference.
Hang on, I'm gonna try Coop again.
Because anything closer doesn't make any sense. And why
Right,
bother
like-
having,
like
then bother
Peter
why
said,
having two SKUs, It's like
$50 wouldn't make a difference.
no.
No.
$100 is like, hell yeah.
Chris says
So-
he's green too. All right, I'm gonna try Chris one more time, and you know what? We'll put Coop up in the guest spot, in the guest house.
You guys hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah,
just can't see you.
You're fine. We just
Can't
It's not
see.
even like I go to the settings and try to activate it. It's not even turning on in there either.
There he is.
Oh, that's Chris.
That's
Oh, no.
weird. All right.
What?
We got
Chris Williams,
Chris.
that's
You
bad.
know,
Yeah, my Windows Skype was going slow, like a
You
little
know,
bit for a little bit.
just so you know, Chris, we come on at 9, right?
Wow.
Don't call
Maybe
slow
that-
back. Nothing.
9,
Yeah, right.
9 Eastern.
Next time I'll set an alarm.
Yeah. No. All right. Well, Coop's on with us. He's gonna try to figure out what the hell's wrong with his camera, but he is here
such
to.
a sexy voice. That's so good enough.
That's
That's right.
all we
That's all
need.
you need.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all we
you
need.
don't.
Z
don't need a
Black.
camera.
Hey, Z Black Rider, what is up, brother? Good to see you in the chat.
That's
Been a while.
How you been, bud?
What's up, Drake?
So,
Hanging out, man.
Glad to have you on.
Thanks,
yeah.
man.
So, all right. Pete said came back in time for Console Wars Part 3.
Hell yeah. I went
So-
go for the right time, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You came in perfectly. Although I think you're not on your headset mic.
Yeah. Okay.
You're on your far away mic.
Oh yeah, I'll fix it. Hold on.
Well, I tell you what, man, we're a wreck tonight. Just
Yeah.
total. There's a total wreck tonight.
Drake is here, and it all goes to.
It all goes. You're right. Just
It
like
all goes downhill.
Yep.
That's
Just
the
like
key.
the old days.
It's like
Oh man,
Ah.
I'm gonna go cry real quick. All right.
All right. So, $3.99, $4.99.
Is Frankie here?
Frankie is not here. He was
Then we're
working late.
good. Ain't no console wars. We're good.
I see.
Drake
see
don't,
you.
Drake
There
don't cry
he
like a
is.
bitch.
Oh!
There he is.
No,
All right,
here he
hold
is.
on. Let me.
Hang on, there's a lot of.
Look at that running man.
From the,
There
burning
he is.
forest.
Got it. So I need to Crap. You know what? This is gonna be a little.
There are too many people on the screen. I can't. Somebody has to...
This is like Hollywood Squares.
Yeah. I know.
Whoa.
What the heck?
What was that?
All right, let's get him on.
Look at that Intellivision hat. Like it, Coop. Such nice. The Running Man. I lost my little Burly Beat Running Man that I made.
All right.
There you go. You gotta make him just a little. You gotta make him bigger than that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Oh man, my boy Coop is right next to me. I feel close.
Oh, now his microphone's not working.
Oh, it's Coop's mic. No!
Now your microphone's not. It's like, oh, we can't win.
It can't. Don't say anything.
Jeez.
Oh my God. Fix your microphone.
Oh.
Yes.
Coop, did you set your settings on the Skype to a certain headset or mic?
Oh, you're like.
Well,
Oh my God.
is this not what you came
How
for?
about now? Test.
There we
Yes.
go.
Yes.
There we go.
Man,
Move
what
the
is
house.
Skype
Yeah.
does not like
My
me.
I feel
Lord.
close to you right now, Coop.
Oh, baby. Back on top, just the way you like it.
Oh man.
Oh. All right, hold on. We're gonna let me get you. Let's see. Oh, that name is already in use. No, it's not. Okay. This is what
Coop
happens.
is already named in use.
Yeah, Coop's name is already there. So, anyway,
All right.
all right. So,
We're talking about
for
pricing.
Coop and Chris, who just popped in,
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Top of the morning or the other side of it?
Don't worry, we covered your segment too.
Yes.
So-
We did a
Hey.
2-for-1.
Hot Shot Racing is good. I recommend it. Go to Game Pass and download it.
Yeah,
Or
Or
buy
buy
it.
it straight out.
It's
Or
worth
buy
it.
it
It's
straight
15
out.
pop.
a hell of an
Still.
arcade racer. Yeah.
It really is. It really is. We had a lot of fun with it. So we got called out. Daz and Indie Gamer challenged us. So
Yeah. We're not gonna win that.
so Pete, Open Every Box Pete did a video today on how why he pre-ordered the PS5, and it is quite entertaining actually. So I suggest you go watch it. And then on Twitter, he was talking about how he was able to get his wife on board with this, and I'm not quite sure she was, but I think he got it anyway. So now he's saying he kind of regrets not getting the sad version, the discless. So this is it's interesting for me because this is a strategy that to me it's a good strategy. Honestly, you've got the PS5 with the disc at $499. It's matching the Series X. Now you can talk about which one is more powerful and all that good happy stuff. But the big thing here is that the digital version at $399, which is the difference between, you have Sega. Wow. You have Microsoft.
Yeah, okay.
I knew it. It comes out of you.
Welcome to
You
today, Mike.
freaking
Jeez.
fanboy. Got the wrong shirt on.
I've got all of my retro friends in the chat tonight. You've got the S and the X that different developers are arguing over whether or not the S has enough power and all this happy stuff. But what Sony did, which I think was a good move, is the digital version of the PS5 is the same frickin' machine as the PS5. It just doesn't have a disc drive. That is the sole difference. And I think that's a good move. And I said, and I will maintain, and I will, it's not going to happen because obviously they've already priced it. I maintain that Microsoft should have just had the X, market at $399, and make all their money back on Game Pass. But this is where we're at. So, and then pre-orders. So this was kind of funny. So we had the showcase yesterday, and now that we have the pricing up, I'm going to start showing some showcase games. So the showcase comes, the showcase goes, and then PlayStation tweeted out, hey, we'll let you know tomorrow when pre-orders are ready.
Yeah.
And then, like an hour
Walmart
later,
heard that.
Walmart said, "Oh,
pre-orders
we're
already."
Right? Said this is our chance, boys, and said, "Come over here, pre-order." And everybody ran. And then Best Buy was like, "Oh, not in our backyard." So they started tweeting it out. Next thing you know, GameStop is doing it, and then of course at the end, Amazon started doing it. So after PlayStation said, "We'll tell you tomorrow," everybody else went, "No, we're telling you now." So it caught a lot of people by surprise.
Even retailers caught it by surprise.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
think well, and
makes
so
calls like, what?
yeah, and so everybody started scurrying for PS5s. I did see something today very interesting that the delta of sales between the disc version and the discless version is much more massive than we all thought. Almost like nobody's buying the discless version, or they don't have a lot of them.
But I think it might be an inventory problem because there's still things in the air about, that we're still having issues producing, with their yield, and that basically entailed that they were not able to produce as many digital or the set versions.
And from what I'm hearing too, they're talking about, how consoles are usually shipped via boat because they can carry more over there. It's slower, but it's cheaper. Well, apparently from what I'm hearing, I was talking to you guys about this earlier, they're talking about using in North America planes to be able to fly them over here so they can get them over here and meet the demand of North America, but it's only for North America.
Yeah.
I had also heard that they think that they've got more stock up front than they did of the PS4. That's what Jim Ryan apparently said.
Yeah.
So.
He said a lot of things.
Yes, he has.
I don't know. Yeah,
he did.
No.
I don't know what he says. You can take at face value.
No, I gotta give John some credit, man. John jumped in the car and rolled to GameStop.
Well,
Yeah,
I gotta tell you a little bit about this story.
yeah.
Here's the thing. I told my wife, I said, you know what they're gonna do? We've known for months these consoles are coming. I've had my money set back. We've known for over a year, so I've had my money saved. And I told my wife, I said, after this show, they're going to immediately, because there were rumors earlier in the day that after the show, even though they announced that maybe the next day, there were rumors swirling around that right after the show. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? They're going to have this show and they're going to release the pre-orders. And I said, I'm going to be ready. I was already heading in my car to GameStop.
Nice.
Right after the show was over, I went ahead, head to the GameStop. I called on the phone on the way there, and I asked the guy, I said, the show's over. Are the pre-orders up? And he goes, not yet, John, but we'll call you as soon as we know something. And I thought, well, I'll do some shopping there anyway. As soon as I got inside the store, they called me on my phone. And I'm inside the store.
Can you hear me now?
And I was like, yes.
Right,
but what was funny, there was a lot of outrage over this pre-order thing. And I know it may not have been the most perfect or glamorous thing, or it happened all of a sudden, but I got news for folks. Every time there's a new console launch, there's only so many, and there's always going to be somebody that doesn't get one on time, or they waited too long. So I noticed a lot of fake outrage over some things. I was excited because they were launching, and I thought it was also a good move by Sony. They did the show and they said, let's not wait. Let's go ahead and start making money. Let's get these console pre-orders out. I think it was genius. And obviously people, they're selling, can't even keep them in stock. Whatever their quantities are, they're selling out everywhere. So it's obviously a big hit right now. But yeah, when I was in the store, I was excited. My wife was excited. People were coming in GameStop. There were these 3 girls that came in, and my wife and I turned around, and this girl goes, "Can I get a PS5 pre-order?" You know, and they're all dancing, you know, and stuff. And the
John
store,
pushed him aside and said, "No, it's mine."
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I was totally excited about it. I mean, you know, and like on September 22nd, I'm taking off work early to get the Series X too, but there was so
See,
much.
Here. So you know it's the 22nd, and now you're saying I'm taking the day off just to get my
Right.
pre-order in. There are a
Yeah.
lot of people who would do the same thing for the PlayStation. They might not have even seen the show because they had to work or
Right.
something, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, you know, on sale, and then it's like, you know, after they're done with work, they stop at a store and it's like, I want to pre-order, or even online, and it's like, sorry, Charlie, but
To me, to me though, the way they did it, it made sense. I guessed it. I just knew it. I knew they were going to open it. It made sense to me. If I was a business owner, I would have done it that way.
Right.
I mean,
I
Well,
think
yeah,
I think Sony wanted to get the pre-orders in just to beat the Microsoft.
hell,
Pre-order.
they may have, and I think that's a
I think
smart
that's what
move.
drove them
Yeah.
to, even, you know, because
Yeah.
what was it, like a couple of months ago when
That's
was
a
it Jim?
smart
No,
move.
not Jim Ryan. It was somebody else who said like, you know, oh, you have ample time to pre-order. We'll let you know, and you will have ample
Yeah,
time.
right.
Other
It was
stuff, and then all of a
Heutink.
sudden, yeah. So and then, you know, all of a sudden, like, there's this particular rush. I mean,
Right. I think
think-
part of the problem here, honestly, is that, and this is kind of weird to me, you know, we have spent a lot of time here talking about how really poor Microsoft's messaging has been over the course of the last 6 years. And it has been. There's no doubt about it. Their messaging it's been, you know, although I will say lately their messaging has been on point. This has been some sloppy messaging coming out of the show, and you know, it does speak to how I think in tune and how into, you know, how good of a gaming guy John is, because John just kind of guessed, you know what, they're going to open up pre-orders, I'm going. But I think what it speaks to your point, Peter, is that they even said right after the show, they tweeted out, "We'll tell you tomorrow when the pre-orders are ready."
right.
And
On the
that
17th.
right, and then all of a sudden, it was the retailers that were opening up the pre-orders, and so people, I think the outrage was more along the lines that they felt like Sony was just like either not with it, or well, I'll give you another one. I saw a lot of, this was kind of weird. The after the show, and we'll talk about the show a little bit too. After the show itself, my Twitter feed was eerily quiet. Really quiet. Like, I couldn't put my finger on it because I wasn't able to watch the show myself. I was doing, you know, I worked till 5, and at 4:30
I kept you in the loop with little blurbs.
Yes, Peter was keeping me up to date while I was in a meeting. So that's, you know, I didn't get a chance to watch it in earnest until I got home. But I expected to see my Twitter feed light up like a tree, you know, like a Hanukkah bush, because, you know, this was their big showcase. This was it. So I'm thinking to myself, and given what Peter was telling me, I'm like, all right, well, the show itself didn't light anybody on fire. Then the news started breaking, and that's when my Twitter feed went nuts and in the wrong direction, to be quite honest. And a lot of people that were complaining were a lot of the folks that I know are longtime PlayStation fans. And I think there's two things that happened that got them. One was the pre-orders caught them off guard.
But even if they would have said, like, you know, even if the day after, they would say, like, hey, pre-orders will start like a day after, so it will be like 2 days after the show. It's still kind of a short day for people to plan and getting time off if they want to, because we all know this, you know, these things will be in high demand and short supply.
Well,
for the
remember
holidays.
too the email list that Sony made
Yeah.
you sign up for that said, "Hey, be one of the first to possibly pre-order one."
Right.
That email never went out. Actually, that email
Yeah,
went
actually
out.
it did.
It
I think
went
we had
out,
2 rounds, but
but it went
I
out.
don't know anyone.
But it went
Personally,
out.
we got-
It didn't go out after the show. It went out like
Oh yeah.
late that night or like overnight or something like that. So people were complaining that pre-orders were up at retailers, but they weren't even up at Sony where they were told to sign up. So that got some people crazy, and then came. Hang on a second. Let me bring this up. And then came this. Ooh, sorry. That looks ugly.
Hey, come on,
Hi. Why am I just? I am just in shambles right now. Why does it look like that? What the ever loving hell?
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like
Warped lens or something.
ultimate italics.
I don't
Fisheye.
know what is. Oh my god. All right, so here I'll just read it. Additionally, we know that the PS4 community will transition to PS5 at different times, and we're happy to announce PS4 versions of some of our exclusives. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Horizon Forbidden West will all launch on PS4. While these games were designed to take advantage of the PS5 and its unique next-gen features like SSD and blah, 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 PS4 owners will be able to enjoy these experiences when they launch. People went nuts because Jim Ryan said Spider-Man, and Insomniac said Spider-Man was built for the PS5. It was built to take advantage of the SSD, all the no loading, all the la 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 la. It was a next-gen experience only. And John said this when we talked about the Xbox last week. Part of the reason that you want to get a console is for exclusive games that take advantage of that system. And a lot of people thought that this game was exactly that. This is a game you're only going to be able to get on the PS5, so, get your money ready. Well, and of course, you had people asking the question, well, does this game not utilize the SSD? I mean, so it opened up a lot of consternation with people who were expecting to have that next-gen experience. Now, I'm not saying that you won't get that with the game. Obviously, you're looking at some footage here, and even though what you're looking at here is about 720p, it looks phenomenal. Actually, that looks really good.
I think, Mike, that's where a lot of the confusion is, because Insomniac reiterated, and there's also the Demon Souls game too. Insomniac reiterated that they built this from the ground up for the PS5. Just because there's a PS4 version doesn't mean that the PS5, like you said, doesn't mean that the PS5 version is going to be down to the PS4 level.
No.
So I think what's, and there, like you, there were a lot of longtime Sony fans I heard too that, are upset. And I still think that when a console launches, you should have some exclusive titles. And I think at the end of the day, there's still going to be some. I do know that the Demon Souls game, they made some comment about that is a PlayStation 5. So
Demon Souls is.
So there will be exclusive games. So I don't know. I think a lot of people, you can't make anybody happy, whether you're Xbox or PlayStation. Some gamers want to be able to play their games. They want backwards compatibility. No matter what these companies do, somebody seems to always be upset, about something.
Well, you guys
I don't think it's the thing that now, that the game is now also on PlayStation 4. It's just the messaging,
Yeah.
Well,
that
I brought up.
It's that's why I'm saying, can we trust Jim Ryan, whatever he says at face value?
Well, and that's why I brought up a couple examples tonight, because I knew I was going to be faced with this question. all these companies say things at times, and they go back on their word. For example, Xbox at one time said, "We have no plans to expand any upcoming first-party titles to any other consoles." Then all of a sudden, Ori and the Will of the Wisp lands today on the Switch, Championship Edition. Aaron Greenberg, he once said, "People buy Xbox because we have the biggest exclusives," says Microsoft's Aaron Greenberg. Later on, they just recently said, "Having Halo at our launch would be tremendous, but we are not big on massive exclusive titles." So, and even Phil, and these guys are all good guys. But what I'm saying is, I wanted to bring out these examples just so people realize all these companies do stuff like this. They change their mind. They say they're going in one direction, but then they do something else. So,
my favorite was when Phil said about Rise of the Tomb Raider, "I'm not putting money into this game to put it out on a competitor's platform."
Exactly.
And instead,
right.
Square Enix said, "Yeah, you are, and here's when it's coming out." So,
and it's not to throw shade at anybody. I'm just saying all these companies, they do sly little things like this all the time.
Well,
so I mean, I was more excited about the fact that I actually got a hold of the PS5. Like I watched that show, Mike, and I thought the reveal and everything. I watched it and my face was glued to it because they started off, you had Final Fantasy 16. I mean, they got more footage of Miles Morales. They had footage from Harry Potter. And the whole show, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, and I wasn't even tweeting much because I was so watching the show. And then, of course, like I told you, at the end of it, I just had this feeling. I thought, man, they're going to open up them pre-orders. But I actually thought the show was very good. I mean, it was simple to the point. The price point's excellent, and I got the disc version, of course. I mean, the $3.99 is good for the price, but I thought, man, I'll just pay the extra $100, man, because I want the whole ball of wax.
well, you like your physical games.
Yeah, I like both. I like the option. If for $100 more, that's not much more money, and that gives me the option of being able to play both.
Yeah,
it's a new console that's going to last for years. So for me, I want it all. So why not pay the $100 extra, get the disc. Get the disc with it, and then it's going to pay back in dividends over the coming years.
I want my Ratchet and Clank, man.
That looks fun.
Those look fun.
So of us and Coop's wearing a Next Level Gaming shirt tonight.
Yeah.
Oh man, and Tommy,
Yes, he is.
he's wearing an Intellivision hat.
That's right.
So-
Representing.
That's really cool. So did you end up getting one last night? I know when we were in the party, you were trying.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I got two.
He's going.
I got one of each.
He got one to pilfer. Hey, what's up,
did.
Big Daddy Game Studio? Welcome. Oh man, yeah. I listening to you guys, by the way, in the party chat last night, trying to get this thing was hilarious. I have to tell
I wasn't
you.
even gonna get one. Nate talked me into it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and going on what John said, this whole kind of surprise thing. I think it was kind of shitty that they, and I don't blame Sony for it. I think it was obviously their retailers that kind of dropped the ball there and jumped the gun.
Yeah,
but
it
was crappy that people didn't get it. But at the same time, it gave an opportunity that it sort of undercut the resellers. People were actually able to get them, whereas like this morning, I got up at 5:30 this morning and tried to get a new graphics card because the RTX 30 series cards went on sale, and every site crashed. They had it exactly 6 a.m. my time, and it was just a shit show. So had they done like an early, drop, then people, I get sick of the eBay resellers. They're instantly putting them up on eBay for $20,000 and some ridiculous.
Is it more like $50,000? It's like what
it's
the
insane.
heck?
So I think that was a good thing because there was people that were able to get it that probably wouldn't have, sitting on line or on the trying to hit the refresh to like I was doing this morning. But
Coop, you brought up a good point because there are certain individuals even they'll buy 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 consoles or whatever. And they'll slide right in there. And when everybody knows about it a week ahead of time, I mean, it sounds nice, that it's all planned out nice, but it gives time for people to set up and actually be more deceptive. The way that it happened, I was able, I mean, of course, I just had this gut feeling, but I went in there and a lot of people were able to get these things that maybe normally you're right. And I never thought of it like that.
We have Natty Deal Maker. He was the one that told us about it. It was like, hey guys, the orders are up, sending everybody links. And so, yeah, I was able to jump in. It was funny because it was like, he was saying about reselling it and mentioned about buying 2 and reselling 1 to basically pay for the second. I'm like, shoot, why not?
Well,
and I put them in the cart and I kept waiting for it to go, pop it out of the cart, but the order went through. So
Yeah.
well, there was an article, Coop, on Twitter. Somebody posted, I guess Walmart, they had something about pre-orders or something, and they pulled it. And somebody posted something on the Twitter, and they said, oh my God, Twitter pulls all the PlayStation 5 pre-orders, and made it sound real bad. Well, if you click and you actually read the article, Walmart, because of the COVID and the virus, instead of having all these people rushing into the store, they got rid of their in-store purchases, pre-orders, and they made it for online only. So here again, there was an example of fake outrage by people because people are like, oh my God, there's got to be something wrong. They pulled the PlayStation pre-orders, And it wasn't, they just didn't want that many people rushing into the store.
Yeah.
So they just did online only.
Right.
Yeah, I heard there were people lining up at Best Buy because they had a certain number that they were doing only in store.
Mm.
So, yeah, that was not cool in this time. Yeah, it was a bit of a shit show, though.
Yeah.
I think Amazon was the smoothest one. You just have to get the correct links because you couldn't really search for it.
Yeah.
Joe, were you able to get one?
Yeah, I got one.
Cool. Did you get the full or the digital?
The disc. I'm not a disc gamer. I'm a digital gamer. Yeah, but I wanted it for the 4K disc drive and stuff.
Ah,
There you go. See. So,
not the Gibbs one.
Yeah, it's funny. And going back to the pricing, the pricing actually makes getting both of them work for me in a time frame that might actually work. So, and I'm still not 100% on a first day console. So my plan right now is, Microsoft has the big rewards, so I'm doing my daily searches and stuff like that. And my company has a wellness app that lets me, touch cards and stuff, and I get money towards gift cards and stuff. So what I'm trying to do is, if I can get the Series X down to a reasonable amount of money, my wife is kind of in on it. I'm not going to get I'm not into the S for 2 reasons. Number one, like Joe, I need a Blu-ray player. We still watch movies. So, yes, we stream a lot, but I've got a collection of Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays, and I still collect good movies here and there. So an S is not in my thing. But an X is too expensive, just like the PS5 is too expensive. But what I think, hey, Tim, take it easy, brother. What I think I can do is, if between all my Microsoft rewards and my Benevate rewards, if I can get the X down to a couple $100, $200, I pick that up. Of course, in April is the Amico. And then towards the holiday time, when, because I'll get to that in a second. Holiday time, I'll pick up the digital PS5 for $399, and that'd give me a chance to save up for that, and I'll be golden. I'll have all new consoles by holiday next year. And what I love about, I was never into this whole, once if you're making games for the Xbox, you're holding back the Series X, and objective but passionate. You can't. Those same people need to keep that same energy for Miles Morales and Horizon, because now you can't say, it can't be okay for Miles Morales to come out on the PS4, but not okay that Halo Infinite's coming out on the Xbox One. If one's holding back the other, then Miles Morales is being held back by the PS4. So you can't. That argument's now out the door.
Well, you know me, Mike. Last time we talked about that, and I never, like when we were talking about Xbox, I never said that nothing was holding back. Like I said, my position is I just like to see some exclusive games at launch.
Yeah.
I never thought you know that the Series X version of games is gonna be better than the. I mean, you just know it's gonna happen. Now, people are gonna say, "Oh, it's holding it back." No, that's a load of crap. You know, you're gonna have ray tracing. You're gonna have faster frames per second. These games for the new systems, even though they're on both, I really feel like they're going to take advantage of these new CPUs. They're not going to put everything based on that Jaguar CPU onto these new games. I guarantee there's going to be 2 different versions, man. And that's what I think a lot of people are jumping the gun with this cross-gen stuff and just getting, outraged by it. That's just me. I mean, we all play games and we love them. But you know that the Series X and the PlayStation 5, they're going to look better. They're going to run smoother. It's just, that's a fact,
Oh, thanks, guys. I took care of the echo.
But
sorry.
I took care of the echo.
It was when I brought Coop in. Sorry.
One thing I was real excited about, Mike, they announced the PlayStation Plus collection. And on day one...
I got a video of that, too.
Oh, my God. I'm excited for that.
For everybody that buys a console, it doesn't matter who, you've got instant access to 18 top-tier titles that you can download onto your console day one. And so... Here again, and granted they're PS4 titles, but they're giving you this right off the bat. So you come home, so there's 18 top-tier titles that you can install and play, so there's some more games right off the bat. So
I think that was very, very, very cool, especially if you get like the digital, version. It's like you can pop in an old disc, so you don't want.
Plus, by the way, Astro's Playroom is pre-installed on it, so you get something.
That's nice.
You get something
on the thing.
pre-installed.
Right.
Has anyone
One
heard
thing is
anything?
just like this whole thing was like, they played this video, so this kind of took long, and then all of a sudden you had a bunch of text of what it really was, and it went by kind of quick. It's like, whoa, what's going on? I wish they,
Wish they had it for
took a little bit of pasted.
Oh, now this the God of War Ragnarok. That's when I went crazy because 2021, and even Cory Barlog, he tweeted about it after the show, and I was so excited because I thoroughly enjoyed God of War. That's probably one of my favorite games beside The Last of Us 2 that I played this generation. That God of War game was great. Smooth, the combat was fun, and
do you think it's 21?
That's what it says. It says 2000.
Well, yeah, I know what it says, but
I know.
They didn't show anything. Not even like it was just a black background with that logo on it.
All I can do is go by what they're saying. I have no idea.
Have you guys heard anything about PlayStation Now or anything like that? Because I like that. I like PlayStation Now.
Yeah, it's down. So okay, and it's funny you mentioned that because there were a couple of things about that. Of course, PlayStation Now, they dropped the price to $10 a month.
Oh, I love it.
Which I think is great. I think it's a great move. But, and Jim Ryan said this yesterday, because one of the first things that people did, and of course, game journalists, was that this particular thing was Sony's answer to Game Pass. Jim Ryan put the kibosh on that. He said specifically, for us, having a catalog of games is not something that defines a platform. Our pitch, as you heard, is new games, great games. We have had this conversation before. We're not going down the road of putting new release titles in a subscription model. These games cost many millions of dollars, well over $100 million to develop. We just don't see that as sustainable. Now, I think that is a stupid thing to say, considering how well Game Pass is doing, but, and we've talked about this before, we know that both Microsoft and Sony are going in 2 separate directions when it comes to what they want to do, and those are going to appeal to very different audiences. But anybody who's hoping that, Miles Morales is coming to PS Now at launch, it's not. It's just not.
My thing about the PlayStation Now, the only thing that really bothers me about it compared to Game Pass is like how they'll have a game like Shadow of the Tomb Raider on there and it'll say expires like September or something, and I'm like, yo, that's stupid.
But Game Pass does that too. Game Pass
Does
rotates. Yes, Game Pass rotates games in and out as well. You have to remember that.
Not the first party though. They haven't.
No, first party does not, and that's where Game Pass really has a huge value. I mean, the fact that Halo Infinite is in Game Pass, the fact that every Microsoft game is in Game Pass is insane. Sony should follow suit. I don't understand it, but again, it's their vision, and they are successful. You can't argue with what Sony has done in the gaming space. So if that's the decision they want to make, they've got that's their direction.
But then on the other hand, they might, right now, like Microsoft sold less consoles. I mean, that's a known fact. So, in order to make more revenue and other stuff, they come up with, Game Pass and put those titles in there just to, go the subscription route. Maybe once, a few years, like, if PlayStation might be in a different position than with the PS4 and might rethink their strategy, and also thinking like, hey, maybe that's a great way. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, I was like you guys, I'm excited for both systems, and like on the 22nd, I'm going to get my Series X too. But I know I don't like to beat a dead horse, but man, I was on Twitter, and you guys all in the chat room here, and the guys on the show. I mean, you guys are great. I really haven't talked to Coop much, and I just met Joe tonight. But I was kind of really, I was just, me and my wife were just scrolling through Twitter, and I was just reading all these comments. There's a lot, everybody, it just seems like gamers are so entitled today on Twitter. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm glad Twitter makes up a small percentage of all the gamers out there, because I've made this mistake in the past where I tend to read Twitter, and you see what's going on, and everybody thinks what happens on Twitter is the Bible, but it's a speck.
No, it's not.
To all the gamers, because like most of the guys that I game with, or the guys that I work with, the guys that just love gaming and gaming because they love it, they're not worried about all this stuff. They're not arguing over cross-gen titles. They're not arguing over pricing. They're not arguing over the way they handled pre-orders. They're not breathing and hanging on every word that Phil and Jim Ryan says. These guys are just playing games and having fun. So I was thinking about this today, and that's where I want to get back to, because man, I just love gaming. And I mean, sure, it's fun to talk about all this stuff and, give our theories on what might happen or speculation. But at the end of the day, I know this group of guys and the guys in our chat room. I mean, I just love to play games, and I don't want people running my hobby. It would be nice if you could get on Twitter and just, there's so much arguing and bickering, but I don't think it's ever going to change.
I was gonna say, John, have you
just
met,
ignore
have you
those
met
people?
Twitter?
Either mute, block, whatever.
Yeah, it's.
John, have you
I know,
met Twitter?
Man, I just read that stuff. So some people just are really worked up over this console stuff. And I mean, they are just like full of piss and vinegar.
Well, think about the guys on Twitter who actually said, "I'm done with you, Sony," when they announced Horizon Zero Dawn coming to the PC.
Yeah.
I mean, the argument of, well, why should I buy why should I buy a PS5 then? Or why should I buy an Xbox if I can get all the Microsoft games on PC? Well, for me, I don't want to build a PC. Period. Right. I don't want to sit in a gaming chair and please, I am not, let me start by saying, I am not disparaging people who do that. People make a lot of money doing that.
Oh.
Like, but I don't
made fun
sit.
of me and
I don't.
Coop.
Yeah, that's right. I don't sit at a desk and play games. I sit on my couch, and I all I want to do is pick up a controller, turn it on, go to my game, and go. Why do you think I'm so excited? Why do you guys think I was so excited about my Saturn wireless controller? That's one less thing I got to get out of the drawer to set up to play my Saturn, because I just want to do that. My days of playing on a PC were over in college, because I don't need to do that. And if you are the guy that like Chris and like Coop, you guys build these monster PCs and play these great games, I that is awesome, and that is fantastic. But Coop, you have an Xbox, right?
I have an Xbox, yes.
Chris, you have an Xbox, right?
Well, according to Frankie, I got 7 of them, but yeah.
but
I've got 4.
Dang.
I've got 4 Xboxes.
Right.
Myself.
Because you just want to sit down and play.
And I've got one on the way, my OG Crystal.
Oh, yeah.
Subaru.
I want to see that when you get it. I want to see that when you get it.
That should be delivered from tomorrow to the next week sometime. So I've got that.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to be clear. I am not disparaging PC gamers. I am not. But the argument of I could play these on PC, so why do I need a console? That is such a narrow mentality. When you realize that, you know, I was an old PC gamer. Trust me, I was doing dual Voodoo 2 cards before SLI was even a thing.
Can you say that 10 times real fast?
Dual Voodoo 2s. I was 3DFX before there, you know, before you know, when everybody else was running Doom at 320 by 240, I was running it at 1024 by 768. So I know what goes into PC gaming, you know, and what people spend and what people do to build, and it's all awesome. It's all awesome. But you know, that disparaging comment of, you know, well, you don't need an Xbox. Why did Microsoft make an Xbox? Because there's those of us who don't do that anymore and who want to sit down.
just the simplicity, you know, of an Xbox.
Yeah.
You pop in the game, or you know, you fire up your controller and you start a game, and you know.
Yeah.
They made it for guys
That's
like
appealing.
me.
That's why I have an Xbox. I also have a good
That's
gaming
right. You
rig
do too,
down here.
Peter. Yeah.
So
you've
it's
got
like
a great
I
PC.
still prefer to play on a console because it's just the simplicity, and
I was gonna
and then I
ask you.
multitask too, so I need to, you know.
Do you guys any of you guys have? Are you guys getting the new Call of Duty at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then
I love my Call of Duty.
You guys can cross play with me. And you guys
I'll do it.
I'll send it to you guys on Twitter, but you guys need to get my my tag for Call of Duty Modern Warfare so we can play.
Oh, remember the beta? You can download that. What is it, tomorrow? This week?
Yeah, I just downloaded it right now.
Yeah.
I just downloaded it right now. You can play it tomorrow though.
Are there any perks associated with that by playing it early?
I don't know. I that's all I know.
The alpha, yeah.
Yeah, but Mike, I mean, you, you're right. Things have changed a lot because.
Yes, it is the alpha.
I prefer playing on Xbox console, but you know, with Coop's help, I built the budget gaming PC that is on par with the Xbox One and PS4 pretty much. And but you know, and at first I've always been like, well, it's not that easy playing on PC. You got to do this and that. But I will say, like with Steam and Epic, they make it easy, just like Xbox and PlayStation ecosystem, is that you could just load up the game and then boom, you're playing just like you're on a controller. You can sit on the couch and play on PC. It's gotten to the point where gaming it's really doesn't matter where you play. It all depends on, you know, each person. You know, what affordability can they afford, you know, building a PC. Because I mean, like my PC, I would say to get all together, now that I got the GPU from Coop, it still came down to about $600, and that's without a monitor, you know.
Right.
So,
well, do you remember that ridiculous nonsense about the video card last week?
Yeah.
The new GPU came out, and everybody's like, "Well, there you go." Right. You don't need it. Right. So people, right? And people are like, "Okay, so I can just plug this into my TV and everything's good, right?" You know, come on. You know.
I look at my PC as a complementary It's part of the gaming family. So there's going to be things that I play on a PC that I won't on console, or I go back and forth. You know,
yeah.
Sure.
There are games on PC
happy-
that you can get on console.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. If you want to play those, then
Right.
it's
And Steam is a great setup, and I'm looking at playing Horizon Zero Dawn soon. So
Yeah.
I could play some of those PS4 games that I missed out.
But these people
Well,
that went,
I don't know when
right,
I'm going to buy
exactly.
a PS5, so sometime next year. I want the Black Edition. So, you know, but as long as I can play some games, I'm happy that Sony is starting to look at bringing their games to PC also, because it just gives more options for people. You know, like John said, I have friends at work and I talk about gaming. Some of them are PC only, and they like the fact that they can get on Game Pass. They can play a lot of games that are on console now, and now that Sony's going that way, it doesn't matter where you play these games. As long as you enjoy them, they still look good. It doesn't matter. So it's just the whole argument online, Twitter and all that. Like, John, you don't even pay attention to that shit.
Oh,
Like
I don't.
said,
It's
De Niro said, that stuff does not have any indication on our enjoyment of gaming. You know,
it doesn't. And I
they're all
just
fools,
I
and
just
they're
was
not
kind of
in our chat. So thank God.
I was kind of reflecting on it, Chris, because I think I've been on Twitter like 12 years, and I told my wife in the 12 years that I've been on it, I just nothing's changed. It's the same people with the same arguments, the same console warring, the same.
That were on forums back in the day, trolling. You know,
And
us
these
gamers.
guys are 12 years older now, and some of them they're our age,
Probably
40s,
older than
50.
that. Probably older than us too.
They're probably 40, 50, 60, and they've lost their minds. I mean,
they're still sipping on
Well,
the
and you know
juice
what?
boxes.
And while I'm saying goodnight to my brother Rich Haywood, please again see his Bacon Ice Cream Productions. Please go sub to his channel.
Awesome,
He's got some awesome stuff. But you know, I know that every week before we end the show, I wax poetic on our chat room. You know, and I talk about how great our chat room is, and you know how great this show is, and that we are, and it's reasons like that. You know, none of that stuff that goes on Twitter ends up here, and and I think that's a
Just on a
great
Discord.
thing.
That's it. Just kidding.
Well, yeah, that's because Niall's there. But
The meme god.
you know, but I
but
think,
you know what? Even when I try to block somebody, I mean, you guys know how this works too. Yes, I'm in
Always
control of my
retweets it.
Twitter, but somebody always gets through, and
yeah,
you know, it's
I
like
get like
somehow you always see it, and it's
because
just
people want
I
to
don't-
chase clout by retweeting someone and going, oh, look what this guy said. Who cares what he said?
right.
Who really cares? And I mean, we
Right.
talk about it here because we've got a show, and at the end of the day, we're all gamers. So, you know, whether or not we, and sometimes we disagree on things that go on in gaming, and we've had some great discussions here. At the end of the day, we're all in this for the same thing, to enjoy games. At the end of the day, I finished Battletoads last night, and no amount of people on Twitter that said that game was bad just messed up my enjoyment of the game. I thought the game was incredible, to be quite honest with you.
Well, you saw the reaction that we got when I posted, made that Twitter post and tagged Dalala.
Yep.
And and they liked it, and it had a good reaction.
Yeah, and
So
I'm working on
hopefully
it.
soon We'll have the dev on.
I emailed them today, and we're gonna have Dalala on to talk about Battletoads and to talk about stuff like that. Because
So that's a good part of Twitter. There are a lot of good people. You can sit there and you post games, and you share that love of gaming, and people see that, and you get the right people that respond.
Well, I tell you, one of the
Sometimes,
games
if I
in
would have
the
posted something about Halo Infinite, I'm sure would have got the troll.
I have too, De Niro. I've muted good people before too. I've muted people that have that I originally were very good friends with, that have just I don't get it, but I'm with everybody. You just have to you take it for what it is, and you move on, and at the end of the day, John was smart. John got his PS5.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you what, man, my gaming instinct went off. But when I was watching me and my wife were watching it, and I saw that she loves Harry Potter, and I do too. She's a big Harry Potter fan.
I did not grab that trailer, by the way.
She collects all the wands and everything, and she's got all the and one of the rooms in her house is going to be her Harry Potter room, and she's going to have all her collectibles in there and stuff. But I was watching that game, and they had the scene where Harry's got the sorting hat on and everything. And this isn't some little Lego game. This is a full-blown Warner Brothers Harry Potter, and it looks really RPG, and it looks really cool, man. Because I love that. Harry Potter Hogwarts universe. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and then everybody gets to play that. So, by the way, one other thing Jim Ryan also said, because people were talking about this, there is no, they talked about that whatever engine to bring all the old games forward. That's not happening. Apparently, they could not get PS1, 2, or 3 games forward. So, no.
Was it ever a thing?
There was this rumor that they had that. They had that whatever engine they had talked about that was supposed to make them all better. I forgot what it was called. I know someone in the chat will know. Some retro engine or some crap that they called it. Right. But that is not happening. So and again, that's only a big deal to people who care about that. If you it's nice. I won't lie. It's nice to be able to play some older games downstairs on my Xbox One. But to be honest with you, when I'm playing my OG Xbox games, because I have the M Classic, there it is again. I haven't played a lot of backward compatible games from the OG Xbox on the Xbox One because I fire up the Xbox One or the OG Xbox. So
game here,
it's nice to have. But I don't think it's, I think it's as big. I think it's a nice thing. It's definitely a selling point.
It's a good bonus.
Yeah, it's definitely a
nice
great
bonus to have because, like you said, some people they get a little nostalgic and then they're like, let me check out that game I used to like back in the day.
Yep.
And it's at your fingertip. That's it. The convenience that Xbox brings with the old school BC games. It's convenient.
Well, what's funny about it?
You're able to put them in, but
Well, like Peter was playing. Armed and Dangerous, right?
Armed and Dangerous, yeah.
According to some of these yahoos out there, if a cross-gen title from PS4 is going to hold back PS5, just think what a PS1 game would do to PS5. I mean, come on, guys, you can't have it both ways,
they're not making Miles Morales for the PS1.
Right.
So, that's
the
funny.
Same mentality,
oh my
that's
God,
what I'm saying.
Wouldn't that be funny if they did a retro Miles Morales game?
But what I wish with the Xbox that you just could put like your OG Xbox or a 360 disc in there and place from disc.
Yes.
Without having to download anything. That.
Well, I wish that it was full compatibility. I wish that it was, that it was any game you have goes into the emulator wrapper and it plays. But that's not that doesn't happen either.
No.
So.
And then it's more from a standpoint like, your old hardware might die. Once it dies, like, okay, John was able to, to get an OG Xbox. What if all of a sudden, years from now, it's like you can't get those anymore and your OG Xbox dies. You can't play your games anymore. That would be sad.
Very good point.
But I do think it's more important for me, is to make majority of the PS4 games to be playable on the PS5, because I feel like it wasn't that long ago, a couple years ago, you had God of War, and so just recently you just had The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, and it would be a shame if you couldn't play those on the PS5. To me, while you're waiting for some of these bigger games, to come out. Because you just can't play every game. It's impossible. Those of us who work, have families, there's just no way. And I'm still trying to catch up on my backlog on the Xbox and try to add in, PlayStation games. and on that, it's just great. It's crazy. So
It's
to have that, if I buy a PS5 and I can, plug in a disc from or whatever from a PS4, I'm good.
it's funny because like most of the old games I play, and this is just honesty, if I like playing my older games on my retro consoles, and when I do play them, it's just kind of sporadic. Most of my gaming is like current stuff that's coming out, and it's hard for me, like Chris said, between work and everything, it's hard for me to stay up with all the new games spanning the Switch, the Xbox, and the PlayStation, let alone do that on top of my retro games, my mini consoles, maybe hop on the PC. So it's just impossible. Amico, I mean, you just can't do it all. So I wasn't surprised with the PS3 2-in-1 games not being better. I mean, that really didn't break my heart at all. I wasn't expecting that, and so for me, the type of game that's no loss for me. I mean,
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people out there really getting upset about it.
No.
I mean, maybe later on down the road they might be able to do it, but.
But I think you could still readily get a PS1, PS2, 360s you could get, all over the place.
Yeah.
So
They've got
as
some
as
brand
Frankie
new
was saying,
PlayStation
if you really want to, if you find, because Frankie's saying it in the chat room and he's right, as is Coop. Coop, you can actually talk.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt.
No, come
He's
on,
like
man.
soaking it all
There's
in.
6 of us.
That's right.
You and Joe have to say something. Otherwise, it's just gonna be no. You typed it in the chat, Coop. You say it.
Yeah, the early PS3, the piano gloss, early consoles, they were fully backwards compatible. You could play PS1 and PS2 games.
Yeah. The fat.
All the games, or were there some that weren't?
All of them, pretty sure.
Yeah,
I know.
Because they had whatever
it had the
chip in
emotion
it, right?
engine in it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
my brother had the early PS3, and I think when he got a PS4 or whatever, he traded it in. I'm like, why did you do that? You should have kept that thing.
Yeah, they were a little fickle though. They tended to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the original. And so that you could go that way. You could buy a PS3 Fat, which I'm sure you could still get out there. The original, I think it was the 40 gig.
I don't know. I think that
You can still get them. The prices have gone up.
Yeah.
They're more, more desirable because they got that back and pat. But
There's a
They're out there.
PlayStation 1 mint condition that's I've been eyeing on. There's several of them that I've been eyeing that I've been thinking, because I never had that console. So that's one that I thought about purchasing just to go back. But here again, even if I get that, that's mostly going to sit up on my shelf as a collector's item, and I may get it out once in a blue moon to play it,
Yeah. And I gotta say, I went, and you guys all know this. I went in the opposite direction. I actually have, like after I got done making the Saturn video, right?
Right.
I went right back to Duke Nukem on the Saturn. Because the experience, and again, I know I'm going to sound like a salesman for Marseille, even though they won't even acknowledge that I did this review for them. That M Classic, the way it upscales the game, it looks different than what I remember. It makes Saturn games look good, and not all Saturn games look that good. But I ended up going back and just playing it again. It took me until Tuesday to get on the Xbox to play Hot Shots with Peter, because I was like, you know what? I remember this, and so I'm becoming more of an older retro gamer than I am playing new stuff. Like, I loved Battletoads, played through Battletoads. I didn't jump on the next game after that. I'm going in the opposite direction. I don't know if it's because I'm starting to remember how good these games were.
Mike, I need you to do me a favor next time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever played NBA Live. There was a Saturn version that came out, and it was horrid looking. And I was real mad because it finally came out for the Saturn, and then my buddy, he had a PlayStation 1, lived across the street. So I go over there, and I thought, well, yours is clear and legible. I can actually see your characters. I mean, they look great. The Saturn version was horrible. So I'm wondering what that M Classic would do. With that, I would be interested on that NBA Live game for the Saturn if that cleaned that up a little bit.
Right,
I'd be just curious.
Because that was back when EA made good basketball games.
Right.
Live
used to be it, you know.
It did. Well, 2K used to be good too.
Yeah.
It looks like I could get it for like $5, so it's not expensive. Maybe
Right.
I will. Maybe I'll.
I was
pick
just
one up.
curious. Yeah.
No, I've been on a collection kick. I went over to my store in White Marsh, Regen, and picked up Road Rash, which is great on the Saturn. Die Hard Trilogy, which the PlayStation version was better, but the Saturn version was great.
Right.
And so I've been on a kick, and tomorrow I think either tomorrow or Monday my next Retro Game Treasure box comes in, so we'll see what comes in that.
Treasure.
But say, jump in here, Joe. Come on, man. You used to be a lot more talkative than this.
Well, I'm just listening about retro gaming. I don't do retro gaming. So.
Well, it's because you're a young buck.
Oh, look at that. We got a super cooper. Yeah. Mike Mullis fanboy number 1. Such a nice.
Thank you, Coop.
I love you, Coop. I love you, man.
Retro fanboy number 1.
Oh, look, my wife's upstairs. Come say hi to the NLG show, hon. Don't be afraid. Oh, come on.
Don't be
Come on.
afraid.
Relax.
We
We've got thousands of people all
Be
over the
afraid.
world.
We
We're
know
known
what
globally. Come out
we
here.
know what you look like, Shamra. We see you on Twitter.
Come on. Mike says he knows what you look like. He can see you already. Come on, just say hi. Oh, come on, gaming girl. Come on.
Shamra, come on.
Come
Come say
on.
hello, Shamra. Tell her Mike said please.
Come on, sit on Spicy John's lap.
Oh, that's got to be worth a
It's a
super
family
chat.
show, John.
I think I'm in trouble. Sorry. Hon, I love you.
She's like, what? You ordered a PS5?
I
That's
love that
right.
couch too, John.
She's so afraid of the, like, she's like, I said, man, you got to come say hi. She goes, oh, I can't. I'm so,
My
she's
wife
just
likes
so
it.
nervous,
My wife hates when I take pictures of her. And all that. I know. It's a thing. I understand it.
Same
But
here.
but we've seen Shamra on Twitter, so it's not like we don't know what she looks like. So
Somebody thinks I'm Creepy Joe.
John.
That's Annihilator.
Annihilator says, John thinks he's Joe Biden. All right.
Oh, no.
Well, you do like hugging those consoles and smelling them, don't you?
You're right. I do like that plastic scent is like really awesome, man.
Wow.
A new game smell.
You can't tell me. Somebody else in the panel here, somebody's got to agree with me. They like that new plastic
the white
smell.
hairs on his leg.
Right.
Hey, but coming back to the console, so we saw a little bit more about the console, like the back of it and stuff. And one thing is,
Did we
like,
really get a good
how?
look on the back?
Yeah,
Because I was trying to see if there was an SSD slot.
yeah, that's just what I want to bring up. It's like,
Yeah.
how can we swap out this SSDs or add one to it? It's a little
They're
mystery.
talking about Sony's going to release some more information on which solid state drives are good to be able to put in it, but they
Right, but how
as of
do you
now,
do it? One thing that I've heard is that you take off one of these white panels and
Panels.
there's
Yeah, they
something
mentioned
down
that
there.
there's
So,
going
it's,
to be
so I
some
guess it's
upgradable
not
panels.
hot swappable like what's on the Series X.
Like
or
what they
Plan
did with the
60.
PS4, right? You had to go in there and swap
Yeah.
it out.
They don't. There's nothing officially on their blog about it.
No.
So,
So that's a
why
little,
can't they
little
support
mess.
an aftermarket external SSD? I mean, or unless they just
PlayStation
didn't
might,
build it that
as
way.
long as it follows the specifications.
Right.
We know
Yeah, I
Xbox, you have to buy that Seagate one. And
have you guys talked about the fact that the games are going to be $70 instead of $60?
I had not gotten there yet, but yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
that's
other thing that Yeah, the Miles Morales, and it's going to be $50 on the PS4, $69.99 on PS5. Sackboy is going to be $59.99. Destruction All Stars is going to be $69.99, and Demon Souls is going to be $69.99.
That's fucking crazy, man.
So, but if you buy the Miles Morales on PS4, is it free upgrade on PS5?
I don't think so.
No.
You can't.
No.
I think there's a. I
Mike
think
Morales part, or just the? Because I know when you get the PlayStation 5 version, you get the Spider-Man. I don't know if it's a remaster or whatever, but the Spider-Man with it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right, Peter. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me read this. Hold on. Let me read this.
You said the same thing that he. Well, yeah.
So this is from the blog, and this is from James Stevenson from Insomniac. Now I don't know what this means as far as cost or anything, if there's a cost to it or anything. But Miles Morales also supports the next gen upgrade path. So if you aren't ready to upgrade to PS5 just yet, there's nothing stopping you from buying the PS4 version and enjoying the game alongside everyone else at launch. While it doesn't have the enhancements made possible by the console in the PS5 version, the game still looks beautiful on PS4, PS4 Pro, and you can rest easy that when you do make the jump to PS5, the game comes with you.
Well, that just proves that it's not holding the game back.
Well, but
PS5.
if the game comes with you, does it mean that you get the PS4 flavor
That's
of the game,
the question,
or the PS5?
and I don't have that. See, that's a little sly. That's a little sly answer they don't give.
Yeah, it can be either way.
So maybe you don't get the ray tracing and the all that stuff. Because if you think about it, what would stop people from simply buying the PS4 version and then loading it up on their PS5 and getting around the $10 extra cost?
Right. Yeah.
I guess so.
Or
but maybe the
$20.
$10 for the original Spider-Man that you get with it.
Do you get the original? Hold on.
Yeah, I think so.
If you buy the PS5 version, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh, okay, yeah. On PS5, we're announcing an Ultimate Edition that includes the voucher code for Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. You'll be able to experience the complete storyline up to this point, which includes the remaster of the original game and all 3 installments of the Marvel Spider-Man: The City That Never Sleeps DLC.
Okay.
So, what they're saying though too is the remaster for PS5 is no simple up-res. So, the Spider-Man Remastered, you'll see better-looking characters with improved skin, eyes, hair, and facial animation, including our new next-gen Peter Parker. You'll also see ray-traced reflections and ambient shadows, improved lighting, more pedestrians and vehicles stretching further into the distance, and the same optimal performance mode offered on Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, allowing you to finally play the game at a targeted, I don't know why I say targeted, 60 frames per second frame rate. We will be supporting near-instant loading, 3D audio, and the DualSense's controller haptic feedback. Lastly, we're adding 3 amazing new Spider-Man suits, new photo mode features, and even new trophies for those of you looking to platinum the game all over again.
Nice.
So
It's not a bad deal.
That's not a bad deal at all.
Well, see, even there, if you read and that's coming straight from the dev, and so if you think that the PS4 version is going to hold back the PS5, you're wrong. I mean, they're basically telling you all the enhancements and things are going to be. I mean, so this is a perfect example of where this supposed cross-gen isn't going to hurt the PS5.
Well, I agree. I mean, I was saying that on Xbox, and I agree with that on PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know, people just need to understand is that you still have a lot of people that are not going to transition over to the next gen for many reasons. And so to me, it makes sense financially to support those who are still on the current gen because there's a lot of money there to make. If you just lock Miles Morales on the PS5, you're going to lock out, a lot of people that are still playing on PS4 Some of them just got a PS4, maybe a Pro. So it makes sense for at least a couple years to support people until they transition over, because you figure here maybe in 22, 23, majority of the game, once third party starts only making games for the next gen, then slowly but surely, a lot of games, every game, even exclusives, will stop being made for cross gen. So I mean, that's kind of what happened with the this gen too.
I read something interesting about the PlayStation 2, and it said it was up in the teens. It had a 12, 13, 14 years that it was actually supported, or whatever it was. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they still want to support like PS4 and Xbox One. It only makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean,
especially with all the millions of customers out
there. I just think it's funny. The mixed messaging from PlayStation after the show, it's just like, were they worried if they were upfront, a little bit more transparent? Like, Xbox was very transparent, pretty upfront about a lot of things. They showed a lot, right? And granted, they need to make up for how they launched the Xbox One, and I think how they're approaching this next gen is great. And I think it's going to be a good thing all around. And then Sony was pretty transparent to me on PS4 coming in. But this time around, they got a good... the PS5 looks like it's going to, everything's going to look good, play well. And regardless if games are on PS4, the same games, it doesn't matter, because you play where you want, when you can. But why were they not clear on a lot of things, like the, this game is also going to be on PS4, and so on. So it's a little stumble there, I think. But I think overall, I mean, no matter what, jumping on playing on PS5 is going to be good.
Well, Sony,
everybody, each.
I was going to say, let's be honest too. The PlayStation name grants them an ability to course correct and make some mistakes without really hurting their stuff. People were gonna look, at the end of the day, those pre-orders sold out in no time. So all those people who were upset, all those people who were crying on Twitter, turned around and pre-ordered their console anyway.
Or they're still trying to.
Or they're still trying to, because it's the Jago brother, because it's still Sony and it is still the PlayStation, and it doesn't matter. And that's why the
that troll in the chat, if he doesn't like what I say, he can put a thumbs down.
That's right.
Wow.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
He's a troll to me.
That's what I was saying earlier, Mike. At the end of the day, people can be outraged, they could be mad, they could be upset, they could be bitter. At the end of the day, these things are flying. I mean, they're selling out.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Well, of course they are, because look, hardcore, we are the hardcore. We are going to go run out and stand in line and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Or, order day one.
John was doing 90 miles per hour going to the
I was heading there and
burning rubber.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out, like, how I'm going to approach when Xbox, the Series consoles are on pre-order. I don't know if I'm going to go straight to a GameStop or Best Buy or try to do it online, because I might be at work. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So
I'm leaving early, Chris, and I'm going to be camped out I may get on Periscope that day. I'll stand outside. Yeah. I'll set me up a little cot and lay out in front of GameStop, because they open at 11 in the morning.
Careful though, you'll be branded like the new Tim Dog.
I mean, when I got the PS5, man, I saw a little squirrel in the road, and I could have swerved, and I said, "Hell no!" I just ran right over it. I couldn't stop. I had to get there.
Don't do that. Tim's coming on the show. Yeah. Don't do that. No, I mean, there's a squirrel on the road, like that like the Geico commercial. But I mean, it doesn't. It's all They garnered enough goodwill with the PS4 that people are willing to bypass that. I mean, look, the other thing too,
excuse. That's not a good excuse.
I didn't say it was, but
they garnered. I know, but they garnered goodwill. They did a good job on the PS4. People supported them. Why couldn't they be clear in their message? What were they so worried to have to leak this stuff at the end of the show and not be clear on it? That's all I'm saying.
All right, so hold on. So I'm going to defend. I'm going to defend them. I'm going to defend them on the PS4 part. That was it's the same argument that we made during the Xbox showcase when we said, why didn't they show this? Why didn't they show that? Because it was Xbox. It was it was this show. That was their PS5 showcase. That was not the time for them to.
I know that, but they had other opportunity before the PS5 showcase. Xbox showed these games are cross-gen, and PlayStation could have done the same thing before the PS5s. Not just sneak it in, and then all of a sudden, here's pre-orders. Go get it. And people are still trying to figure out. Wait, what was all this that just came out after the show?
Well, that's why I said my Twitter feed was very quiet after the show until that stuff rolled out. I'm not saying people weren't upset by it, but it's that stuff like for example the Wizardry, the Harry Potter game, right? They didn't say anything about platforms there, and of course Warner Brothers came out. Warner Brothers came out later and said
they didn't have any pop-up saying like PlayStation something. They didn't have any platforms on that video at all.
Yeah, so I was coming to everything. So I agree.
Even
that
Final Fantasy is coming. It's coming to PC, not immediately. Probably like 6 months later, and coming to other consoles about a year later. Doesn't
the pre-order messaging was really messed up, and I think a lot of it was because the retailers jumped the gun.
I don't know so much the retailer, because somebody said that Sony called GameStop and told them go ahead. I don't believe that. I don't think GameStop could just do the pre-orders without Sony saying go ahead and open it up.
Yeah, but why would they have tweeted out right before that? We'll tell you tomorrow.
Well, that's where the mixed messaging is coming from.
So.
I mean, I know one thing. At the end of the day, I knew I was going to get the console immediately. So
I know.
They could have had a guy naked playing that pan flute like they did at the one show, and I still would have bought it. It didn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I was looking at the games, and I'm like, yeah, man, Final Fantasy, God of War, Ragnarok, Spider-Man. I mean, you'd be nuts not to be excited about some of those titles. I mean, plus. You got Horizon Zero Dawn coming. All these games, man. I know they've got a good tradition, man, of bringing some solid blockbuster games. They're coming. So even I agree with Chris. Even though the messaging wasn't the best and they stumbled a little bit along the way,
they stumbled like the whole PS5.
And this whole thing, and it's like I said, it's been a weird. Sony's never been real good about like. They handle things different. Xbox is, I always thought, a little bit better about.
Did a lot better job than Jim Ryan.
Well, I was going to say that. So.
Well, maybe, yeah.
When you had, one of my favorite guys was, I can't, now I'm drawing a blank on his name. From the original PS4 launch, he retired. He was their PR guy.
Right.
What the hell was his name?
Oh, you're talking about PlayStation?
Yeah.
You talking about Andrew House?
No. No, I hated House. He was a jerk. No.
I kind of liked him.
Oh, he was an absolute jerk. What was that guy's name?
Him and Matrix would have made a good couple.
No. What was that guy's? He was the guy who dropped the mic on Keeley's show right after.
Oh, that was Jack Ryan.
Jack Tretton.
Jack Tretton.
He was kind of cool. He was there at the PS4 launch, right? He retired after that.
Yes, he was awesome. He was. Yeah. That's how you sell. Yeah. Sean Layden, those guys. I honestly think that the problem with, look, and I think I said this like 5 or 6 months ago. You saw a shift in messaging when you saw the shift in leadership coming from Don Matrick to Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer had a rough go of it for a year or two, but I think he's gotten the messaging in place. Jim Ryan has always had a foot and mouth disease problem. Right. Always. remember he was the we're not doing cross play on Minecraft because of the children. Remember, that's the guy. Yeah. So, and OEB says Kaz Harai. Kaz knew how to sell the system. Kaz, these guys, PlayStation used to have some of the smartest PR on the planet. When they got that actor to play Kevin Butler on the commercials, and I still remember to this day one of my favorite gaming commercials of all time was Gran Turismo commercial where the guy playing Kevin Butler stole the Ferrari at the end of the commercial. But they had that. They don't have that now. The sole guy that's talking for PlayStation right now, because it's not Shuhei Yoshida, it's Jim Ryan. And Jim Ryan, he has no ability, in my opinion, he has no PR ability. So what he's doing,
personality either.
Well, no, he doesn't. And so, I loved Sean Layton. I loved him coming out in the hockey jerseys. Gio Corsi. Gio used to come out in those hockey jerseys too, and people go, "Who's Gio Corsi?" I know who he is because I used to love watching him on stage. He was PlayStation's indie guy. These guys were fantastic at marketing and selling the PlayStation. Jim Ryan has gone back and forth, and maybe part of it is he says something, and then Sony of Japan says that's not how we're going to do things, and he has to go and he has to change his mind, because there's one other thing that happened that kind of coincides with this. Late last year, Sony had their investor meeting, and I knew then that they were going to support the PS4 because the president of Sony, not just the gaming division, but the president of Sony came out and said, we are, the PS4 is going to be our revenue generator for the next 4 years.
Yeah, and they said that a while back, and people forgot about that.
Right. So Jim, hey Dredd, I don't think that it's necessarily that they've changed course or anything like that. I think that Jim Ryan has been a horrible spokesperson to get out in front of he's been a horrible media guy. And I think he's had the same problem that Microsoft had in 2013 where, one of their executives would come out and say one thing, Larry Herb would say something else, and then Don Matrick would say something else. I think that's what's going on here, but there's only one guy doing it. So,
when he took over, he also said that when Jim Ryan first took over that spot, and I agree with you, he's not as charismatic. He doesn't have like this stage presence that's real warm and fuzzy feeling. But he did say that he wanted to be very aggressive. And he said they didn't want to get complacent, and that's why they were making some of the changes. And maybe because of the way things are shifting, like we've talked, maybe Jim Ryan's not the prettiest, warmest, fuzziest guy, but maybe he's at the end, maybe they are going in a slightly different, or they're changing their thinking a little bit, maybe that's my feeling on it, because usually when you make that many changes, they're wanting somebody in there because they're wanting to go a different direction. So that's my take on it.
Well, go ahead, Chris.
Well, I'll just say I agree. I think in the beginning, Jim Ryan, business-wise, I think he makes a lot of sense. Like what he did with PS Now, he brought the price down, and then they started making it downloadable, right? And I think he did some stuff there, and then now he's allowing games to go to PC. So he's doing things to me that makes sense financially for PlayStation to help keep growth, the growth on these games. Because bottom line, it comes down to these games, right? You want them to sell as much as you want.
Sorry, Daz.
And it shouldn't just be held down to a console only. These games to me should come out on PC, and who knows? I'm sure eventually they might go into the mobile market too. But that's all I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, just like Xbox back then, I argued that all this mixed messaging and the negativity, blah blah, was people were overreacting because they missed out on the fact that the Xbox One was still a good console to game on. People missed out on like Rise and Sunset and Quantum because like, oh my God, I hate Xbox. But then later on down the road, they get an Xbox and then they play these games. They're like, hey, these games are actually pretty good. So that's my thing too now, like with PlayStation. Yes, the mixed messaging at the end of the show and all this stuff, it's disappointing. But at the end of the day, the PS5 is a great system. It's a great ecosystem. A lot of great games are going to be coming out that people can enjoy. And people need to move on past all the negativity. We could call them out, this and that, but we don't have to hang on it and say, there's no point in buying a PlayStation now or a PS5 because now they're coming on PS4. It's stupid. So that's all I'm trying to say. It's like, people just get. I think the negativity is just overboard, and it hurts. It hurts these games. It hurts the developers, and it's just stupid. And then when gaming media jumps on board with the negativity so they can get clickbait views, they are just as bad too as fanboys. So
they're some of the worst fanboys.
Yeah, they are. We
saw some of the biggest hypocrites too. Let me tell you, some of the biggest hypocrites too.
Big time.
You've seen it when they say A for this system and B for that system, completely opposite.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I have zero. There's some people that are out there right now that I have zero respect for.
Now, I'll say one thing. I got the original Xbox One day one, and what kind of pushed me a little over to Sony, it wasn't the mixed messaging, and it wasn't that, because I still today I love Xbox, I love PlayStation. It wasn't that. There was some. It came down to the game choices that I was missing out on, and that it wasn't about the 2013 launch. That's not why I switched kind of over to PlayStation. It wasn't because of what Matrix said. I still supported them. I bought several Xboxes. It wasn't that. It was I couldn't get a AAA baseball game. There were some games on PlayStation. It came down to game choice, and I just looked at. I thought, man, I need to get both these consoles so I can play all these games. So that was the reason it wasn't because of the mixed messaging. Mixed messaging and little mess ups aren't going to make or break me when it comes to buying a console, because we all make mistakes, everybody, so I just wanted to throw that out there. It's sure. And some of this stuff isn't like really detrimental. It's stuff we talk about, we discuss, but it's not, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world either.
And that's why I switched over to PlayStation from Xbox. I used to be a big Xbox guy, but I switched because I started noticing that there's just more exclusives on PlayStation, and I followed the exclusives. Plus, if you ask like 80% of the people that you talk to, you sit there and you try to talk to them, they're like, oh, I own a PlayStation. I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm going to get PlayStation then so I can play with this person. So that's why I switched. Pretty much everyone has a PlayStation.
Yeah. Coop?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you in here, brother. You're. I feel bad that you're just,
I'm just sitting here. I mean, I'm bummed for all this whole PlayStation 5 situation. I'm bummed for people like Niall that, kind of got left in the dust because of their sort of mixed message. As far as release, when it released and stuff, people that were waiting for that notification kind of got, screwed a little bit, and I feel bad for them. But at the end of the day, these games that are coming out, they're all going to be on the PS4 still, so you're not missing out huge. It's not a huge, they'll be available before Christmas. There's going to be another round of these things, and we got.
I mean, even Walmart, they sold. They had some more in stock
plenty of games to play.
At 9. So we'll see more stock between now and
absolutely.
There'll be more pre-orders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Absolutely. No,
And
I
one
don't know
thing-
They're
about
going like in small batches, and maybe that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good or bad. You know.
They said they issued a statement saying that there would be more pre-orders. So I really doubt between now and November 12th. That's when it launches, is it, in the U.S.?
12th or 19th, one of the
It's
two.
the 12th for the U.S., I think.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, this is another
Yeah.
funny thing. It's like Xbox
12th,
is going to release worldwide, in 30 countries, I believe, and
Yeah.
simultaneously. And PlayStation now is doing,
Yeah,
the
so
Americas and Australia, and then on the 19th is like Europe and I guess the rest of the world.
yes, so November
Whatever is left.
12th is U.S., Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea. That's kind of an odd choice but okay. And then November 19th, it just says rest of the world.
Rest of the world. Right.
So,
And that's
let
kind
me
of funny because that's what Xbox did, right? For the Xbox One in 2013.
I
It's
remember
like
that.
very.
Yep. Staggered launches.
But one
I think
thing
they even had a more staggered launch though.
Yeah, but one thing that Microsoft has never done is they've never been in as many countries as Sony.
Yeah.
Like
True.
they've never had that presence that Sony has, which is part of what makes them, makes Sony such a huge name.
Yeah.
But just the name itself, is
And see, John,
Like-
Matt Burns, same thing, same exact reason as you. That
Right.
holds a lot of weight.
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing was at the time, I mean, and I never stopped loving Xbox or nothing. I just, I wanted a baseball game so bad. And, I guess baseball to me is like football or soccer is to a lot of Europeans. It's just that for me, I've just always had a baseball game growing up. And that kind of drove me.
There's no better baseball game out there. Just the looks and the feel. I mean, that game, MLB The Show, is just fantastic. I mean, you can beat it.
It is. And now it's going to be on both consoles. So
Yeah, and hopefully it has crossplay,
Yeah.
so we
if
can.
it
forgot
has
about
that. Based on
crossplay,
wherever
that
you-
would even be cool,
yeah,
Yeah.
wherever
Yeah,
we
that
have
would
it,
be.
we can play,
The problem is I
Uh,
can't double dip on games like that. Now, like on smaller games that are easy to beat, but I can't. That's why I like the Avengers. I went and got on the PlayStation, but I can't double dip because the time that it takes to play that'd be like playing Destiny on the PlayStation and playing
yeah.
Destiny on the Xbox. With all the other games, there's no way I can do that. So it's not feasible for me to double dip on large games like that.
That's why-
time consuming,
That's why I like those games where they have those accounts like Call of Duty and stuff like that, where you can switch over your profile to another console or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Destiny is doing that now too, right?
Yeah. I think Destiny. Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
we'll all be able to play the show, and hopefully,
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah,
if
that
it's
would be-
cross-play, that would be awesome. And they
I
might
think
do
that
it. I
is
mean,
kinda-
it's a Sony-produced game, so I mean, I don't see why they. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I
might
can see
do that.
crossplay.
Yeah, and that will be awesome.
Looking at now, you were showing earlier when the picture of the PS5 came up and the quick view on the back. I didn't see no like a SSD slot. So like Peter was saying that maybe one of the panels you could take off, and there'll probably be a slot there where like they did with the PS4, you can go
Right.
change it. And last week, John brought up how the expense, like with the Series S, right? You're getting a 512 whatever SSD, and I think both these PS5s are both 8 something SSDs.
Yeah, they're under a terabyte because they're some of that memory is allocated for other things. Like every console, you don't really get the full. You don't get the full hard drive size.
I think Ainsley
But
said.
my thing is,
I think Ainsley said that the PS5 was like 845 gigs.
800, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now my thing is that SSD is still new, right? It's not really out on the market to buy. The same type of SSD. It's not an NVMe, right? It's
It is.
latest.
Yeah, it is. It's
It's an
a
NVMe. It's a Gen 4 though.
it's a Gen 4 with very high transfer rate.
So if we're able
825 gig.
to go in there
825 gig.
and change one out, how expensive is that going to be compared to like a Seagate external that might be 150, 200?
Well, I saw those little terabyte cards that they showed for PlayStation. It looked like something that you pushed in like a cartridge too, like expansion things. So I don't know. I don't really know much about how I'd like to see the back of it and see, it may be just something as plug and play. I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing something. That's my thing too. I want them to be clear on that stuff so people can prepare. Like you were saying, John, people need to prepare. When you go in and go buy these consoles, you're not just buying the console. You're gonna buy 1 or 2 games, and then it's like, well, shit. If I'm a Call of Duty player, I'm like, I don't have a lot left over after I download that. So,
here's my rule of thumb, Chris. Like when I buy a console, this is what I was thinking a year ago. I thought, okay, I'm going to get both the Xbox and PS5, and I thought, okay, these consoles are probably going to be $500 a piece. I'm going to have to buy a $70, $80 controller, extra one that gives me 2 controllers. I'll probably buy a couple games, and I'll probably have to buy a hard drive. So I'm looking at anywhere between, I don't know, $750, maybe even $1,000, maybe even a headset for each. So I knew this a year ago.
But you know what?
A lot.
For the Xbox, you don't have to buy a new controller. You already have. How many consoles do you have? 4.
Right.
You have at least 4 already.
Now
baby.
I can use my Platinum headset because it's got the 3D audio. I can use it with the PS5, so I don't have to necessarily buy the new headset. The Platinum headset is compatible with the PS5. So,
nice.
So Drake, you pre-ordered your PS5. You got the physical, right?
Yeah.
So what games are you looking forward to on PS5?
Ratchet and Clank, baby. Miles Morales.
That's why I put this video up for you, brother.
Yeah, I am pumped.
Ratchet
I'm just watching it.
But when is that coming out? February? It's kind of not too far away, right?
Yeah, it's not too far away. I don't know when it's supposed to be coming out, but they said shortly after the release of the PlayStation 5. But I think more than anything else, to be honest with you, what I'm looking forward to is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Like, I'm looking really forward to playing that on the PS5.
And that's cross-play, right?
Yes.
So
yeah, that's going to be awesome.
That's big.
We'll be playing wherever we may roam.
I'm looking forward to Demon Souls. That's a big one for me. I love the Souls games.
Cool, but I can't play those games.
That's gonna be.
You better stream that, John, because I'm not gonna touch that.
Yeah, stream it, John, because I ain't playing that.
See, I platinum Sekiro, I platinum Neo, I platinum Bloodborne, plus all the DLC content. So I really love my punishment. So that type of game is going to be my punishment game for some reason.
I'm sorry, John, but according to Vin Diesel, that game is called Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Oh, okay. Is it Sekiro?
You don't? Oh, that's right. You didn't see the Video Game Awards last year?
I can't remember.
Vin Diesel came out with Michelle Rodriguez, and
I don't remember.
He's trying to pretend he's a huge gamer, right? He called the game Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Yes.
Jeez.
I don't know how you did that, man. Sekiro, that game is hard as hell.
Oh yeah, well, they're all. But see, those games are all designed. It's you play till you get good enough to get past it. It's just, are you willing to? You got to be able to accept dying over and over and over. And
the funny
eventually,
tweet I saw about the SSD and stuff for Demon Souls. You know, since you load faster. Back in the game, you can die. You can die more.
Now, so far as what I know, Demon Souls is a PS5 exclusive, so that is one game. So I mean,
I think it's launch
PC as well.
No.
Well,
PC,
I think that the PC was debunked from what I heard.
Isn't Ratchet?
Maybe for the time.
Yeah, I think it's a time exclusive on PlayStation.
Isn't Ratchet and Clank?
But it's like Xbox. So like I've always considered Halo an exclusive, even though it's on PC because its origin started with. So I mean, I guess you could say console exclusive, whatever, you know. But I mean, it's still exclusive to the Xbox, you know. Just like this game's going to be exclusive to the PlayStation, the Demon Souls. So to me, I still consider them exclusives.
Isn't Ratchet and Clank going to only be a PS5 exclusive also?
I would imagine, yeah.
Because this one actually does. I mean, this game does take advantage of the SSD. Like, if you were watching that which I was intently, as Ratchet was pulling himself through the portals, and like you'll see it in a minute. He pulls himself into a portal that goes into another world. That
would not be able to happen on PS4.
No.
There's no way.
Plus, I'm interested in that game Deathloop that comes out next year. That game looks really cool.
On that sounded
you guys know I was showing that earlier.
Yeah. It's kind of like Persona graphics, but it's with guns. It kind of looks cool to me. It looks edgy. I just kind of like the look of it. Like, you guys remember when Borderlands first came out with the cell shading? There's something about Deathloop that just kind of looks cool, kind of like the Hot Shots Racing.
Isn't that the one that it kind of reminds me of Dishonored a little bit?
Sort of.
Movement-wise, yeah.
Movement-wise, yeah. The graphics are different, but yeah, the movement-wise, you're right, Joe. Yeah.
Also, Godfall. In the beginning, it didn't look that appealing to me, but the more I've seen it, and then after watching OEB Pete, he did a kind of like a review on one of the last trailers or whatever, and I thought it looked pretty good. So I'm interested in that one also later on. I think, John, you said you're probably going to get that, Godfall?
Yeah, I'm going to get as many as I can. The cool thing that I'm excited about, though, and I don't have a list, maybe Mike can pull it up or Peter, I don't know, that PlayStation, there's like 18 games that you can download when you get your PS5 day one, and I don't have the list of them. I think one's like Uncharted.
Yeah.
That's accessible to anybody. So I don't have the list of games, which I wish I did.
Hang on. I'll get you. I was showing that video. I was showing that video a minute ago too. I was showing that because that's keep talking. I'll find it.
Because that's a great deal, especially if let's say somebody's primarily plays on Xbox, but they think about getting a PlayStation. Well, if you haven't played those PlayStation 4 games, day one you're going to get 18 games you can download if you want to. So that's a really good incentive to maybe get
it's
one.
Smart even from a marketing standpoint, because Xbox has it like, you get Game Pass and you have over hundreds of games, and it's like, well, PlayStation now they can say something similar like, hey, you get this, and look at that, you can play our 17, 18, whatever amount is of our best, blockbuster titles.
Right.
Damn. That
there we go.
Pete's
got us.
Free for
God of War, Bloodborne, Final Fantasy 15, Mortal Kombat 10, Until Dawn, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Persona 5.
Man, those are a good list. Those are a top-notch games.
But
all those.
Resident Evil 7.
That's free to PS5. Yeah, everyone, Chris. Yeah.
As long as
you can claim Days Gone.
Yeah, it's PS Plus. You have to have a PS Plus.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing Days Gone again. That game was so good.
Detroit. Detroit is so good too.
I think that's my favorite. I think that's my favorite game this generation is Days Gone. In my opinion.
Arkham Knight.
Days Gone.
Man, those are all huge games.
Too bad The Last of Us 2 is not on that list. Probably it's too.
How come they're not? Now,
I
see what they're doing there, right? They're trying to, give some games from PS4, free for people to get on the PS5, right? Only.
Right.
But why not put these games into PS Now and promote PS Now to get more people to subscribe to it?
Well, I don't know, but just looking at that list, though, man, I mean, those aren't any sloughs of games. Yeah, those are top-notch games.
Well, because
most of those games have already been in PS Plus. They've done a pretty good job. Definitely a better job with their PS Plus free games than Microsoft has done.
But he said that. But Ryan said that's just not their model. They're not going to do that.
Right.
These games cost many millions of dollars. Well over $100 million to develop. We just don't see that as sustainable. So they're not going to put new releases into PS Now.
Well, these aren't new releases. These are games that came out on PS4.
Oh no, I agree.
But PS Plus, yeah, they've had some good titles.
But why not put these games in PS Now that people that are already paying for PS Now, so you can grow PS Now?
Or why can't I play them on my PS4? Why don't I have access to that collection?
You gotta get that PS5, sir.
Because
that's an incentive.
People.
Yeah, I see why they do it. There would be no. They're giving that. They're throwing a bone out there if you buy the PS5.
Yeah,
they're like
it's to counter Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah. I think this PS Plus this will work on PlayStation 4 as well. I don't think this is exclusive to.
I think
Yeah,
it
no, it
is.
is.
It is.
I think
It
they
is?
said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
think it
it's
is, yeah.
exclusive to the 5, but I see why they're doing it because it gives you a reason to buy the new console. You're like, look, I
It
can
does,
play all
yeah.
these little games, you know.
Yep.
But
And-
currently, if you have PlayStation Plus, you already have a lot of those games in there in that
Well, but if you're
current
new,
one.
if you're
Well,
new-
Yeah, but
Not
if you're still
necessarily.
paying
I
for
don't
PS Plus,
have-
If you unsubscribe and then later on you get back in, you probably don't have them anymore. Right?
Yes.
no,
No.
the ones
As
that
long as
you
you downloaded
redeemed
them.
or
Yeah, I thought
redeemed
that.
within your membership, you have access to those again.
Yeah.
But
as
not the
long
ones
as you,
that
Not
came
as long
up
as you
when they
claim,
were
as
not
long as you
a,
claimed them.
Like,
yeah.
but okay.
Same thing with Xbox Live stuff. As
Yeah,
long as you
yeah.
claim them, then you can get it back once you resubscribe. But I mean, I
That-
don't
and that's
have.
why I
How
always
long-
claim them, regardless if you want to download and play them.
Yep,
Period.
I don't have Infamous. I don't have Days Gone. I don't have Detroit.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah, just
See,
frozen.
those are all like really good games, man. That's
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Infamous, Second Son.
You know, it's
those
funny.
are
Happened to his first
Just started playing Infamous Second Son a second time recently, and then they released that. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Until Dawn is awesome, and Persona 5. Persona 5 probably is one of my favorite RPGs I've played in the last five years or so.
I can retire a lot of my
Excellent.
physical discs.
Yeah, there's games there that like I said, I missed out playing on PS4. So this is I like that. If I were to get a PS5 soon, hopefully they still have that incentive when I get one next year. So
Yeah, it's a
and
good
I don't have to
variety
worry
of
about
games
doing it.
there. It's like something for
Yeah,
everybody,
it is.
for sure.
Yeah.
They should have added Spider-Man though.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
Pete says he's
But
worried
they-
about
they
this
released
list.
them.
They
He
got to make
says-
that money on that.
Pete's wondering if this makes if this because it's digital, if it indicates an issue with PS4 disc backwards compatibility. I don't know.
Could be, yeah, I don't know.
And that's the
I don't
thing.
know.
They haven't been
There
clear
was
on
something
either.
that I read about the BC issue with the digital, the SD version console, but I don't know.
Everything that I heard, they said that like 99%. They said the percentage was high of the games that were going to be backward compatible. The only ones that weren't that required special like devices. Like
Yeah, but who
I don't
said
know.
that?
There were certain
Pinocchio
things.
Ryan.
Right. Well, like I said, I guess
don't
we
know.
won't know.
We'll
but
see. We'll find out. Right?
I wouldn't jump to conclusion just on
No.
that list, basing an opinion that they're having trouble with backwards compatibility. I think that Sony's just, like I said, Jim Ryan's being aggressive. Even though they kind of fumbled the pre-orders, they wanted to get that money out there, man. They're giving people an incentive to buy a PS5 by giving you those games. So I think he's talking about bringing some games to PC. It's a little bit different direction than PlayStation's gone before. So I think he's just more of the aggressive guy. He might not be likable, but I think he's kind of pushing this stuff. And you know, you got to give your people a bone for buying these new consoles, man. You got to you got to throw in some games or do something, you know.
I just started downloading Persona 5 now that you mentioned it.
Hey.
But yeah, that's a great list, especially if nobody had a PS4. If they buy a PS5, then you got access to all those if that's still around, man.
And especially if you buy the sad one, so you can even buy a disc, you know, like for cheap.
Right.
We keep calling these consoles the sad versions. It's the Sade. It's
Sade,
the
what
Sade
was it?
version.
That doesn't sound as.
Smooth operator.
Oh. Yeah.
I must say, the more I see about Miles Morales, the more I like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it looks,
yeah.
It looks beautiful, and I really liked Spider-Man was my second platinum, so if I go after a platinum like that, you know I'm digging the game. So
I remember, Mike,
I hope
you
this
were
game is
hooked on
better.
that. Yeah.
I was
burned
loved
out on the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. You know, the side missions and stuff. I was like,
Yeah,
they have
oh,
way
that
too
was like,
tedious for me.
like,
Yeah.
The side
love
missions,
dogs.
the loop was a little repetitive.
yeah,
But-
that's some ridiculous.
but
So hopefully
the
this one is
parts-
better though.
The parts outside of that where you were fighting like the enemies
that
and
was-
stuff,
that
that
was
was
cool.
pretty good.
Yeah.
And the
you know.
traversal was just incredible.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could
So
swing
much
for
fun.
hours. That
Oh,
was
totally.
But what
the
I
best
said
part of that
before,
game.
if it wasn't the Spider-Man character, because I've seen a video where it's like not a Spider-Man character, but I don't know, one of the other big guys. It doesn't look as good. It's like, yeah.
Good night, brother Pete. Don't forget, guys, part of the Gamers United Guild, please get to OEB Pete's channel. That dude, he is the Mr. Positivity of all time. And of course, on Sunday nights, Amico All Access, which I'm a part of, and a bunch of great gamers are a part of, where we talk about the Amico. Yes, they're still that's still coming.
Wednesday night? You switch it?
Yeah, Pete moved it to Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
And it
Well,
was
you know
either-
what? When Miles Morales comes out, see, I'm keeping all my old PS4s and stuff like that. I've got the base PS4 and the PS4 Pro. So what I'll do is I'll get some footage. I'll capture some footage.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll be able to see the difference between
Oh, yeah.
the people that says that this is holding the PS5 back. I can say, no, it's not, because this one's got the ray tracing, the reflections in the water, and this other one don't. And I can actually make videos even of that.
Nice. Yeah. Put them
Oh,
side
that'd
by
be
side.
great.
That will be awesome.
Yeah, do some comparisons. It'd be awesome.
Look what just booted up right now. My Mario 35 edition.
Oh, because it's midnight.
Yeah.
Damn, we went 3 hours. I said this is gonna be a short show, and here we are 3 hours later.
Darn it,
Hey,
Coop.
not
I
here,
got the
that's why.
hard. I got the physical copy.
Oh.
I had to hug that little cartridge. There's not much to hug, but
Are you licking it too?
you know.
Look at that baby.
Oh, look at that.
Careful now.
Oh, nice.
Be banned forever.
Oh, demonetized.
That's why you do a quickie.
Quickie.
Right. Oh, you do 2 seconds. That way Nintendo can't pick it up.
Spicy John never does a quickie.
Oh,
Oh,
my
Energizer
God,
Bunny. Keep it going.
You're so sleeping on the couch tonight, aren't you?
Hey, it takes a little bit to suck that lollipop.
Oh, she's
down.
sure that.
That ring pop.
No. I knew Chris was going to attack me. It's funny.
No, I'm complimenting you. I'll give you credit, man. Hey, if you can last until that ring pop is done, hey, shit.
I tell you, the banter between you and Frankie cracks me up, man. I tell you what, you guys.
Fuck Frankie.
You're just happy it's not you anymore.
Right.
So, you guys, I tell you what, man. In all honesty, though, I said this in our Discord that you and Frankie, working on game talk, and some of those game segments are golden. I love that.
Oh, I love doing that.
Yeah,
with
I
that-
love that.
good.
You guys, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, it is midnight.
It is.
And
Is it?
it
That's
is.
9:04.
Paid off,
It
shit.
is. Well, it's yes. To some people, it's 9 o'clock. Yes, I know.
It's a new day with
Lightweight.
new PS5 pre-orders.
Yeah,
I got to
wanna-
get up in 4.5 hours.
I
Yes.
know. It's
Go to
my,
work.
This is my fault for not looking at the clock.
It's not
you know
your
what?
fault,
You
buddy.
used to.
We
It's
got-
not your fault.
We
It's
te-
it's.
Because you stumbled at the beginning, Mike.
I pay the price once a week, but I love it.
well, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Because this turned into look. And nothing against, like, I love, everybody knows there's a lot of podcasts out there that I love. A lot of people went for the, and we talked about the messaging and, some of the negative aspects of what happened on Wednesday, but everybody else is kind of, taking digs and things like that at Sony and stuff like that. I think what we just did, the discussion, and it got back to what we believe in. Games,
Yeah.
playing games, and finding.
It is such a wonderful time to be a gamer.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
so
really
blessed.
is.
I mean, new hardware is
all
always
around.
exciting. I mean, that's
Every
fantastic.
new VR, new consoles.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get our
Games
Quest 2s.
everywhere. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
It is. It's such a, and to sit here and to be able to talk like this, and to and to be able to catch up with Joe, I mean, this is great. This was a great night, guys. This really was.
Me and Super
Hopefully,
had to bring a sexy to the party.
It's
Hopefully, I
right.
get my OG Xbox so I can show it on the show, man. I want to.
Yeah. But hey, I wanted to show this real quick, and hopefully this picture. See, something's up with OBS. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I wanted to show this picture. I wanted to congratulate Tommy Tallarico and the Intellivision team. They were They were a finalist for Best Consumer Technology Innovation at the 2020 Heutink Awards, and considering that they were in the same class as the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, that's quite impressive, and I'm very proud of Tommy and the work that those guys are putting in. They're really. They really are. I don't know what. I'm gonna have to work on fixing this. I don't know what the hell, but this is quite the. This is quite impressive, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome.
I want to, and they were similarly up for that kind of award in at Gamescom. They were in the mix. People voted. For best tech. Obviously the Xbox Series X won that contest, but the Intellivision was listed in that list. And so, for those of us who are invested in that console coming up, pre-ordered, I'm really happy for Tommy,
Me too. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think those Series X and then Amico and April. I think people are going to be surprised that I think Amico's a nice innovative console to bring back a lot of games that people loved back in the day, and some new stuff too.
I've got a
unique setup.
I've got a new entertainment center that's getting delivered Saturday to put up my game room for all my new plastic.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm running out of
You're gonna
shelf
need it.
room. Yeah.
Are you gonna have room for that big ass PS5? Where are you gonna put that at?
I've got room for that. I've got plenty of room for that. I've got what I really want to do though. See, I've got a steering wheel and the foot pedals and everything. What I want to do is I'm looking at the different brands. I want the whole shebang that you sit in, that you can mount the steering wheel to, and the foot pedals. So I'm looking at some different.
Dr. Cupcake. He just assembled one.
I'm looking at different. Oh, really? I'm looking at different companies to see which one I want to. I don't necessarily need the top of the line. I don't want the bottom, but I want to see something that falls in the middle that would be good.
Yeah. You got to go to
I
IKEA.
love my racing games. So.
IKEA. I love IKEA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love
They're teaming
IKEA.
up with what PC maker is it? Something?
They're making they make
for accessories.
Yeah, they've got a
chairs
gaming desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have a gaming desk.
Somebody said something about that. I heard something about the Series X. Somebody said that the weight of the console, was I mistaken? It was 10 pounds. Was that just a joke, or was somebody? Does anybody have the weight?
Hold on, let me see.
One, the Series X.
Yeah,
No.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Series X.
Well, the S is 4 pounds, about 4-something pounds. But the Series X is, I think they said it about 9-something pounds.
that's what I was wondering. So it's a pretty nice stout. That's what I was just curious.
Didn't they list the weight for the PlayStation 2? I think that was even higher than that.
It probably is.
Yeah, hang on a second, because Dreadpool sent me a picture of a comparison.
One more.
Doesn't have weight. Just has the
Size?
dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Well-
Series X is 5.94 wide, 5.94 deep, so it's perfect square, and then 11 inches tall. The PS5 is 8.79 wide, 3.97 deep, and 15.74 tall. So it's 4 inches taller. Not as deep. Well, I don't know. So weird. I'm wondering if deep is their side shot, because it says it's 8.97 inches wide. So I'm thinking that's got to be front to back. There's no way this thing is 8. Yeah. So it's got to be front to back. So
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what,
mean,
when
it's a
I
unique
have both of them,
design, but it's just weird though.
I'll put them on my digital scale here at home. I'll weigh them when I get them both.
There you go.
I'll get them out and see what they are.
It's just weird that they made such a tall console, and
yeah, we're gonna
people trying to figure out how to fit that on their entertainment center. Like John, you might have to redo your entertainment center.
Well, I've got I bought the new one. Some of my actually that new cabinet I've got, I'm going to make a retro corner in my game room. So I'm going to move my Nintendo 64 and my Dreamcast off my main one and some other ones. I'm going to put it on that, and I'll have plenty of room to have, I've got plenty of room.
Cool.
I don't think I've never liked standing my consoles up, man. It's just bad mojo, man. I've always liked them flat. That's just something weird. It's kind of like the sticker, no sticker thing.
That's how I am.
Yeah, but I think the new ones,
you.
they need to stand up, though.
I like them flat because sure enough, somebody will come over, maybe I'll be drinking beer one night or having fun and running up, getting a high score, jumping around, I'll knock something over. So I'd rather have it flat, because there's less chance of it tipping over,
Yeah.
I do have my
agree.
Cyberpunk X standing up, though, because it just looks better that way.
Right.
Yeah,
Remember my PS2
Normally I
had that
have
little
it
base thing with the splitter for the
Oh, yeah.
four controllers. I love that
Right.
thing.
Yeah. No,
It's got
I
chrome.
But the Series S, to me, it looks better standing up. It looks weird laying it horizontal. And same thing with the PS5. That doesn't looks better standing up.
But if you get two of them, then you could put books in the middle of them, and you could.
There you go.
Oh man, I know what you're referencing here.
Well, hey, if you get two of them, you could afford an X. So, I like mine. I like mine flat as well. I never liked them standing up.
Yeah, I like them flat, It's just
I like them curvy.
I like them flat.
Oh my God! All right, guys, it's 12:15. I think we're ready to call it. Where people are starting to leave the chat room. So, oh no, wait, maybe not. There's almost as many.
Went
people
back up
as,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are coming back in. They're like, are they done yet? So, Coop, what have you been playing, man? You didn't get since you came in late. What have you been playing lately?
Oh man, I've been playing. What did I just start? I started that Hot Shots racing. Jumped on that the other night. That was pretty cool. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Hey,
got the collector edition on that one. What else?
What color is your
Fall
board?
Guys. Black. It's like black and gray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't
I've
get
seen
one
like a whole bunch of colors, like
I know.
anything from green to like pink and blue. And it's pretty neat that they're all like, those decks are all like unique.
You didn't get a choice
that's
on
pretty
which
cool. I didn't know
one to
they were
get.
doing
It
different
was
colors.
random.
No, I didn't give me a choice.
Yeah.
I just got.
Yeah.
super.
But I've been playing Control. I jumped into that finally.
How is that?
On my. Oh, it's an amazing
They're
game.
playing it on PC.
Yeah, with the ray tracing and.
Yeah.
I was having issues at first. It took a little tweaking to get it to run right. I was kind of surprised, but really amazing looking game. Very fun. Story's a little convoluted to begin with, but I think as you get into it, kind of makes more sense, I guess. What else? I finished Last of Us 2 finally.
Oh, nice.
Amazing game. And The Last Campfire. That was another one. You guys, Hello Games, No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
They got that new little title. It's
jump
kind of
back
fun.
on that.
It's a simple little puzzle game.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of fun. And then Flight Simulator. I'm playing a bunch of
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you and I, we played a little bit the other day.
Yeah.
Flying together, that's pretty awesome.
That game, it's so easy to lose. You just start, I want to fly here, and I want to fly here. And the next thing you know, it's like 4 hours later, you're going, oh, man.
Hey, Coop. Wish we could play Tony Hawk freaking cross-platform. That sucks that you can't play it cross-platform.
That game is a blast. I got to get back on that.
Is it even multiplayer?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's multiplayer. It's good. The multiplayer is really good, but I wish they had cross-platform because now that I got a PlayStation, all you got an Xbox, and I don't.
I got them all. I got a
used to have an
PlayStation as
Xbox.
well.
What happened, Steve?
Well, now you added me. I'll just go buy the game and you can play with me.
Yeah. I had to sell my my Xbox actually because money was tight, and I had to sell it for repairs for our washing machine. So.
Yeah.
What
you
do
know
you
what?
do laundry or you're playing dirty?
So I was like, I play PlayStation anyway.
Hey man, you know what? But
all
you know
good.
what? That much respect for
Oh,
that.
as long as you're gaming.
So,
Oh, and
but
tell me why. You guys tried that one yet?
Yes.
It's on Game Pass.
I'm going to. I'm definitely.
a
I'm
good
playing the last chapter. I'm replaying it just to get the other 2 achievements. I hope. I don't know.
I'm on the second chapter still. I
Oh,
haven't got
okay.
it.
Yeah, I finished the story. It's a good story. I really enjoyed that game.
You know, if Frankie was here right now, he'd be going like this. Let me do a Frankie, and he'd go.
Yeah. Lean back. Yeah, no, you gotta lean back. Roll your eyes
Wait a minute,
and then lean back.
Hold on.
Put your head back. There you go. Yeah.
Come on, Mullo.
Come on, Molo. Come on, Chris. We all know you love Phil. You know, he's your
He
godfather.
already trolled me in the chat.
Yeah.
Asshole. I love him though.
We love Frankie. We love Frankie. So.
Yeah.
All right, hey. Oh man, what a fun night, guys! And Greeper, hopefully you caught us earlier because we're about done. We started at 9, but we do thank you for coming in. Seriously, thing out, man. The chat room is just one of my favorite things about the show. You know, it just watching, you know, watching the conversation come with us. You know, we just great people. I love it. It's, you know, and you know, Coop, is great to have you jump in tonight.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't resist. I had the night off, so usually I'm at work, so it's
Yeah.
nice to have the night off. I had to take advantage.
Oh, that's
And
right.
Joe, you know,
Yeah.
man, I saw that sexy mug there.
Well, I brought.
Reaper. That's my brother.
I was
I
gonna
brought
say
2
that's why I recognized that's
I'm
your
not-
brother.
Yeah.
I had my girlfriend in the chat too. It was Cynthia earlier.
Oh,
so
was that who that was?
yeah, it was my girlfriend.
Oh, thank you.
Did you tell us to like and subscribe?
Absolutely, man.
Hit that like button. No, we appreciated it.
smash
We
that like.
appreciated her coming in. You know,
Or distracted. Damn it.
Bourne was here. Yeah, Bourne was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
was Back from the Dead was here. I mean, the only there's a couple people who couldn't be, like Infinite couldn't make it tonight. He had to work, so he told me earlier he wasn't going to be able to be in the chat. But
Yeah.
you know, but there's so many good people that come in, you know, and I just you know, I appreciate it. I know we all do, you know. I know we all do, and you know, I appreciate you guys. You know, this is. We got into that PS5 discussion, started talking about games, and it just got, it got energetic. So, but with all that said, we need to get John to sleep so he can get up.
Thank
get
you.
up and work. I feel bad because he's still hanging there going.
It's all right.
He's hanging there going. Come on, Mullo. Come on.
No,
I gotta get
I'm
up in the
okay.
morning."
I live. I mean, this is a few hours a week, so I take one.
Yeah.
It's no big deal, really. I mean,
Hey,
Yeah. Good night,
why
brother
is John
Lance.
the one? Me and John are the two that get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't know about
No,
you. When I get up in the morning taking a shit, I see John make a message on Discord, and I'll respond to him sometimes.
oh yeah,
The only ones
Chris is always he's an early riser like
I
me,
get up
so
at
he's
3
always
a.m.
up.
pretty much
Yeah,
every day.
so
Yeah.
By
No,
the way, John, I gotta end up kicking your butt in some golf.
Oh really?
Oh.
Challenge accepted.
Hey, there you go. So, now you guys do make me appreciate this because you do, you know, we do go, you know, we're going late. I don't want to go late because I know you guys have to get up, and here you are. So, I do appreciate it. You guys, you know, I don't
That's
tell you
why I
enough.
took a nap like an old man,
That's right.
and
I
then
am-
overslept.
I
So-
am an old man. I'll be 48 this year, like Peter. We're both old.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Don't
tell
mention
you.
it.
So I'm gonna make you feel better, Chris, for a quick second. I was over on the couch. I was gonna play Wasteland 3 for a couple minutes to check it out, so I could say something about it tonight. And somehow my head went down, and then 8:45 came around, and I'm like, Oh shit! I gotta get Peter. I gotta get the.
This is one of the reasons why I don't play on a couch. Well, first of all, I have a better monitor than my TV. But when I sit down there, I remember playing what's the game again? The Division, the first one.
Right.
And you know, it's like at the beginning when a game just first launched, it took like quite a while to get in the game, right? So you have the very relaxing music. So I'm sitting down there, eyes closed, and you hear that music, and then like all of a sudden, like I woke up. It's like, you know, it's like, what time is it? This is like 2 hours later. I'm still having my headset on, and
I think we've had a couple guys fall asleep in our party chats once in a while.
Oh, Stinking Corpse, man. He's actually, I think
that one.
Mullis is falling asleep in party chat.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Funny. And then he wakes up. We're playing like Sea of Thieves. He wakes up. Oh, get it! I'll get it. Like, we're already way
Wait, is he snoring over there?
That's why you put him in the break when he's falling asleep.
Yeah.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Quick shout out to our buddies overseas. Daz,
Oh my God.
And,
Yep.
you know, it's like 5, 6 in the morning.
It's 5-hour difference.
No, Indie Gamer and all our brothers overseas. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all do it, but yeah.
No, it means the world to us. I mean, it really does.
Yeah.
It means the world to us. You know, and Daz, you know, continued healing, brother. You know, just we in all seriousness, you know, we all continue to pray for your continued healing. You know, make sure that you get yourself right. I think the one-handed videos you're doing, that's hardcore, man. And you know, we love you, yellow walls and all. I love you.
Hey, his hotshot racing is freaking. He got recognition from the dev.
Yeah.
As they should. So
here's one nice thing about those devs. You know, when you post like a screenshot or a little video, they always like it and comment on you on that stuff. So that's much appreciated too. That's awesome.
Right.
So, and you know, Dreadpool, he came in a little bit later on, and he's here, and you know, it's just All right, let's get the hell out of here, guys. Seriously, let's get out of here. So, hey, Joe, thanks for coming on, brother.
Anytime, man. Anytime you want me on.
Well, you are alumni, so anytime you feel like it. Well, anytime we got you know what, we got someone absent, you know, I might call on you. So
sounds good.
But definitely want to get some gaming in with you and stuff too.
Definitely.
But thank you guys both for popping in.
I tweeted out I just put out a tweet for anyone who wants to play Call of Duty with me for my tag for Call of Duty. So.
God.
Damn. Dreadpool's been working since 4 a.m. Yeah, you need some sleep too, man. I don't know how you guys do it. Because I can't do it. So, anyway, so thank you, everybody. Thank you, chat room. Thank you, panel. As always, my co-hosts, my brothers. This is what I live for. So don't forget about the Gamers United Guild. Literally just about an entire week of programming for you guys. You know, tomorrow night is PM in the PM, OEB Pete and Michael Garvey. I don't know if when Indy and Coop, do you know, Chris, do you guys know when?
October 3rd.
October 3rd is the next Indy show. So that's Saturdays. On Sundays, you have TXR, and actually now you're going to have 2 shows. You're going to have Amico All Access at 8 o'clock and then TXR at 9 o'clock. On Tuesdays, you'll have 2 shows as well. You're going to have 4 Guys with Quarters at 5 o'clock, and that's going to lead into Retro Renegades at 7. So lots of great gamers, great gaming talk here at the Gamers United Guild. So check everybody out. All of the links are in the description, and they'll all be up on our channel's recommended pages. So, all right, guys, I'm going to hit it. So everybody have a great weekend. Make it a gaming weekend. We'll see you next week here on the NLG Show at Thursday night at 9 p.m. Play on, gamers.
Thanks, guys.
Come on, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Oh, why is that not playing? I'm not getting any audio tonight.